Hi, gorgeous. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if no one has told you, I want you to know you are important. You are loved. You are supported. And you are beautiful. All right. Thank you for tuning into today's reading. I hope you find some messages that resonate with you. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Gem. I tend to do a lot of pick a card readings. And if you're ever interested in checking them out, I have a playlist down below in the description. So, just want to talk about how people read pick a card readings or different ways of watching them. You could watch throughout the whole thing and pick which one that resonates with you, or you could look based on which one catches your eye and then just watch that section. Also, I want you to know every reader reads differently. I tend to read very candidly. I like to be very honest. I'm a Scorpio. So just know that there's going to be deep messages, and if you can't or if you're not in the right mindset or in the best place right now, please maybe watch another time. Another disclaimer, I love psychology. It tends to come out a lot in my readings, but I am not a psychologist nor therapist, so please do not use these readings as such. I'm just your friendly tarot friend on YouTube. If you're interested in purchasing any crystals that you may have seen in my readings, I have a lot of different crystals. I sell that on my DEPOP account. Here is my DEPOP account. I also sell personal readings. And I also have an Instagram, so check that out. It's in the description. For any of you that are interested in donating, I have an Amazon wish list. It ranges from a lot of different prices. There's oracles, there's tarot, there's charms, there's little toys to put on top of the piles to help you guys choose. So if you're interested, I also have a Cashapp in the description. Know that all donations to me are greatly appreciated. I'm truly grateful for you to just be sharing your energy with me today. You know, I love doing readings, so I'm just happy that you're even watching my video. So before we get started, I'd like to cleanse the energy, just so I don't come in with negative energy, you don't come in with negative energy, just so it doesn't interfere with our reading. All right, let's take a deep breath. Ready? All right. Today we are going to be discussing what is your next relationship going to be. So this could be a platonic relationship, this could be a romantic relationship. We will see. I have pile 1 here, which the 2 cards that came out when I shuffled were the Sun and the Chariot. So the Sun and the Chariot, basically someone has been through some sort of revelation. They've learned to have more control. They just became possibly more spiritual. There's more tranquility. Maybe this person, it could be a specific person or the relationship involved. Maybe there was some hardships in the past, so this is just like, now you guys are at the star and working together to, you have the willpower, the strength to continue things and, be determined towards success. You have the willpower and control in order to, to obtain the star, to obtain the happiness. The star pretty much is just, having hope, having faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality. So if any of that applies to you, we also have Aquarius and we have Cancer. So if that applies to you, that is pile 1. We have the bee in reverse for pile 2. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of bees. Maybe bees are, a sign for you about this relationship. So if you've been interested, pick the, if you have been seeing that, then pick the bee. The bees are earnest, hardworking, democratic. The fact that it's in reverse makes me think that possibly this person maybe has been having negative attributes, like their shadow self is more out than their light self, if you catch my drift. They could possibly be annoyed or overworking or They could also just be a air sign, possibly somebody who's an air sign. So Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So that could be theirs. And then lastly for pile 3, we have the 7 of Cups. So different opportunities when it comes to love, specifically since we have cups, or it could be just different possibilities. With a water sign, you could possibly be a water sign, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We also have different opportunities, illusion, so maybe there's like different opportunities that somebody might be having and they're not sure which one to take, and maybe there's somebody who is, you know, wearing a mask, or like out, like having like an illusion, or it's an illusion, it's not real type thing. Also with the 7 of Cups, so you have choices, wishful thinking, illusion. So maybe you're hoping, or somebody's hoping that this connection could work out, but if they don't, there's multiple opportunities for others, relationships, or just friendships or something. Yeah. Okay. So, with that being said, ow, I just dropped the book on my freaking toe. All right, let's get into your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you chose this deck with the White Newman tarot deck, this will be your reading about your next relationship. Could be platonic, friendship, or relationship, like lover. Okay, so we have 2 people here, first person, second person. I'm gonna talk about right now the first person. So we have the cosmic egg, we have expect a powerful change, we have disruption, and we have inner beauty, since it's in reverse. So I think this person is definitely going through some drastic change, or is expected to go through some drastic change, and I think this rabbit person is waiting on the right time to start this connection, or maybe it's a message from your guide saying that, you know, this connection isn't happening right now because there has to be some changes made in order for this connection to happen. So for this person, they're on a journey. They're finding more self-love, more nurturing aspects for themselves, possibly for other people as well, since this is upright, and being more of like a loving, nurturing person. I think the cosmic egg, this person's more spiritual. There's a lot of spirituality coming out with this. So maybe they've went through a difficult time, or something that has, or just they are a spiritual person. Could be religious, or could just be spirituality. That they're finding more peace within themselves. They're like at the completion. They're at, you know, the finish line. Were able to master all the chakras. You know, they talked about they went through a journey where they, you know, started working on themselves more, their root chakra all the way to their crown chakra, and this represents their crown chakra, the spiritual, intuitive aspect of them. Also, the expected powerful change, they're expected to change. They might have had a drastic change. They might have matured a lot. They might have, you know, they might be going through a change, or will go through a change to find more love for themselves. You know, starting to pay more attention to the great things that they achieve. Distribution or disruption. I don't know why I keep saying distribution. Disruption is talking about like maybe there was something that had to be disrupted in order for this person to go back on the right path. This person reminds me of the Chariot card. They're like on the travel. They're being determined. They are determined to better themselves. They're always trying to find different ways to, you know, change things up in order to grow and, you know, make things better. I think this person This is the bright color here, I think symbolizes more of like a sign. This is like a eye-catching color for people to like. It's like a warning sign, like for this person. Maybe there's something that this person needs to change first or needs to adjust. Just one last thing in order to feel complete, and possibly will be the thing that ignites this connection. We'll pull some messages cards for the cosmic egg, but let's talk about the rabbit now. So with the rabbit, okay, let's talk about the signs first. We have earth sign, so could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and then this I'm getting Cancer, so could be, doesn't have to be Cancer. I'm just getting more of like spiritual vibes. I'm getting more of like a water sign here. This is more of like earth. It also talked about in the star card, which is so funny, how in the star it's the woman pouring the water into the lake, and it's like she's the earth represents stability, the conscious mind, and then the water represents spirituality, the unconscious mind, like the and it's like, she's pouring it into the earth. It's like they're finding balance, and that's kind of what I think about when I think about this connection. It's like, this is the water, the person that finds balance within, or the person that finds their spirituality, their finding more love for themselves. They're very intuitive, they know their gut, but they also found the balance within themselves and were able to conquer all the chakras. And then this rabbit is the earth sign, and they need a little bit more spirituality, that trusting their gut within their own, within their self, like they need to find that within themselves before these two can ignite. I feel like this person has something that needs to be changed with love, or with, could be loving somebody else. Maybe they're in love with somebody else, so that's why this connection can't happen. Or maybe they have something that is blocking them from this connection that needs to be disrupted, or will end up like somehow things just change and possibly something may happen or occur. But it's also giving me vibes of possibly maybe self-love. Something needs to happen finally internally before that this can happen. So back to the rabbit. I think the rabbit is somebody who's very fearful, possibly very fearful for the future, possibly with the future of this person. They might be worried that, stressing out about the future, thinking that, what if this connection doesn't happen? You're like worried that it won't work out, or just, and you like kind of push those anxieties onto other people. Maybe you're a very anxious person, the rabbit, or they're very like, they just like are constantly like, so on top of other people because they can't sit with themselves for like 2 seconds, because they have so much anxiety. And they're like possibly afraid of everything. They could be very overwhelmed right now. They could just feel frozen. Maybe they're stuck, feeling frozen in a position. Maybe something happened recently that they're feeling like, stuck, and they're like trying to make an action based on what happened, but like they need to know that whatever happened, you don't have to make a decision right now. You could take your time, think about it, don't be impulsive. Think things through. When they're in balance, they could be a sensitive problem solver, a very good listener. When they're out of balance, they could over-explain a lot. Maybe they constantly repeat themselves a lot to people. Maybe they don't feel like other people understand them. They could also possibly be a fast talker because of their anxiety. To bring into balance, possibly a day of silence. Maybe this person just needs to sit at home, sit with themselves, and meditate. You know, it's funny because they're like an earth sign, but it's like they're not grounded. You know, they need to find a grounding element. They need to find more grounding elements. They need to, like, you know, meditate, sit with themselves, think things through, and be grounded. They need to find that, you know, I'm repeating myself. So they could also just be very nervous about the future. They could possibly, with anything, you know, that's just, and maybe they spread their fears, their insecurities onto other people. They constantly remind their friends that someday an eagle's gonna come and swoop them up and eat them, you know, because rabbits get eaten by eagles. So, like, maybe that is, not specifically, obviously, that's just a metaphor, but, like, maybe there's something that this person's constantly, like, you know, spreading that anxiety. And this rabbit needs to know, like, everything will be okay. Whatever you're stressing out about, it will not matter. Take a deep breath. It's this, whatever thing that happened, it doesn't need to be resolved right now. You're stressing out about it. You're ruining your days. You're ruining your mindset. Forget about it. You know, it is something you could deal with later on. You don't have to deal with it right now, you know. What you need to deal with right now is sitting with yourself, finding peace, relax, tranquility. You need to find some tranquility. Possibly maybe you're indecisive and you're jumping back and forth from what to do. Maybe you're like, should I talk to this person? Should I not talk to this person? And something is saying, you know, hold your vision, whatever your goal is, hold on to it, and possibly hold on to it, like put it to the side for a sec and find, you know, some self-love or relax and know that you can't control the future. Divine timing, things happen, you know. You can't control the future because time is always changing. Things are always changing. So you cannot predict the future. Focus on the present, focus on each day, and make it the best. And whatever path, you know, you take, or whatever path that you are led, that is what is meant for you. But hold on to your vision, your goals, your career, possibly maybe focus a little bit more on your career rather than, or your school, or whatever it is, your hobbies, rather than so much on this connection. You know, it will happen with time. Be patient. Whatever love connection that will happen, it will happen with time. Communication is key. Possibly you need to start communicating within yourself, holding your vision on possibly finding more self-love, and communicating is key, finding more communication within yourself, your subconscious and conscious mind. Maybe you need to start looking within and seeing and communicating with yourself. What is it that you truly want? What is it that you truly fear? What is it that's, you know, giving you this anxiety? What are the goals that you want to achieve? What are the type of friends that you want? What is the type of relationship that you want? Like, write all this down and communicate with yourself. Maybe even write, like, talk in a voice memo and just play it back to yourself so you could hear yourself talking to yourself. It's weird, but it helps because it's like, you should know that you are your best friend, and at the end of the day, you're always going to have you. So might as well love yourself and be able to communicate with yourself, you know, be on the same page. Your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Comfort. Maybe you find a lot of comfort with this person. Maybe this person gives you the attention that you want, or just they give you a little attention and it's gives you comfort. Could also just be you need to find more comfort. You need to find more comfort within yourself first before this connection. They always say you need to love yourself before anybody else can love you, or before you could get into any relationship. If you don't love yourself, then everybody else won't love you. You gotta respect yourself so others can respect you. Another with comfort, the fact that we both have pink here. Pink talks about loving, self-love, nurturing aspects. I'm getting a lot of love. So it could be a relationship. Maybe this person went through or is going to go through some disruption within a personal relationship within themselves, which is going to connect things with you. Comfort, it's also more of a relaxed pink. It's like, this isn't something that you have to worry about right now. This is more of like a sign for the rabbit. You need to like relax, like take a deep breath, you know, like find ways to cope with that anxiety. Find ways to deal with that anxiety. Possibly you need to talk to somebody about it. Go to a, you know, talk to a therapist or psychologist and figure out what it is that is making you so anxious. And breathing. Breathe, deep breaths. Stay focused. Breathe. Just breathe. Find comfort. Possibly you need to like just chillax. Put all whatever you're freaking out about in the back of your mind. Obviously you need to deal with it, but maybe you're overthinking about it. Maybe you're thinking about it way too much and to the point where it's stressing you out. You need to just, you know, think about it when it comes up and write about it and see what it is that you want, and then only think about it for an hour, okay? Give yourself time, think about it for an hour, and then go do something else for the rest of the day so your day isn't ruined, so your mood isn't ruined. Then, you know, come back to it like next day, give another hour if you want to think about it, you know, like don't allow yourself to obsess over this. Obsession isn't good. Obsession is what causes toxic traits. Obsession is a very bad thing, and that is not what you want to fall into with this connection. You want to have a loving connection. Obsession is not love. Remember that. Obsession is not love. Okay? Obsession is what causes you to put them on a pedestal. Obsession is what causes somebody to control the other person. It's not healthy. You need to respect yourself, they need to respect themselves, and you respect each other. Okay? You need to have your other life. You have another life. Your life is not theirs. Your life is not that, like, them. They are not your whole life. You have another life. And if things don't work out, you still have a life, you know, you still have everything going for you. Okay. So let's pull some message cards. I hope that has helped. If any things that somebody may have needed to hear. When I said you, by the way, I don't know if you might not be the rabbit. I'm just saying this for the rabbit, and maybe this is something that you need to tell the rabbit or communicate with the rabbit. Or maybe that's something that they are learning right now. All right. Let's pull some message cards real quick. We're going to pull like 2 for each. What is something the cosmic egg? I'm not a kid. Maybe they've matured a lot and maybe people still refer to them as a child and they don't like that. Comfort just found its way upside down. So definitely like finding comfort within yourself. Being alone. Okay, follow your mind. Maybe this person needs to stop thinking with their heart so much and maybe start thinking with their mind a little bit more. I think this person thinks a lot with their mind. This person thinks a lot with their heart, follows their gut. Maybe this person also ignores their gut a lot. They don't listen to their gut or what their gut is trying to tell them. They like ignore the red flags. They ignore the signs. I want to travel. I definitely think that you guys possibly are people that like to travel together, or you're gonna travel together in some way. You're going on a journey. The Chariot, you know, it might be like the Chariot, especially with the card, the deck that we read, the description was talking about, like, it's a very mystical, like, weird way that this person, like, he's like a traveler. He sits on top of the beast. He emerged from the water, and they're just traveling. And, like, just with willpower, this person's able to control the beast, you know, and, like, tame the beast in order to make it to where they need to go. Maybe it's like you guys like to travel together, and you guys will be able to gain the willpower to travel together. Also, like, just maybe you guys like going on weird vacations, like, you know, dark tourism or something. It also says time to move on. Maybe you're hung up on somebody else currently, and maybe you guys broke up, and now this is showing that, you know, this person will come into your life that will be better. You know, this is something, this is your path. This is where you are going towards now, somebody else. Okay. We're gonna move on to your tarot cards. I feel like me and the rabbit are quite similar. I can relate to how the rabbit might be feeling. You know, just know that everything will be okay. You know, like, everything will be okay. Things happen for a reason, you know, and people fall in and out of your life for a reason. I gave this advice to my friend the other day, you know, like, rabbit, whoever this rabbit is, or this could be you, this could be somebody else, know that, you know, there are a lot of people out there that feel the same way as you. You know, you're not alone. People go through the same things, you know. It's just up to you now to work through them. This is you. You should, you know, better yourself as well. Just like how the cosmic egg is bettering themselves. And to be careful with being impulsive, and be careful with being obsessive. Like I said, obsession is a very scary thing to deal with, especially if someone tells you that they're obsessed with you. Please stay away, and, you know, because, like I said, obsession is not love. Obsession is control. They just want to control you in every way possible, and it's not healthy. Especially when it comes to who you hang out with, who you're friends with. You don't want to end up in a situation like that, because you will end up not having another life, or having your own life. Okay, let's pull out your tarot cards, and let's pull just some to tell us a little story, something of what this relationship will be like for you guys together. Okay, let's pull like 8 cards. Okay, I guess King of Pentacles. The Death card is calling to me just because it came out before, but I'm not going to take it. If it comes out again, then it is meant to come out. Maybe this person is a Scorpio who went through some sort of transition. We have Justice in reverse. What is this connection going to be like? We have the Fool in reverse. Maybe somebody's scared of taking a risk that's holding them back. Okay. We have 8 of Pentacles. Working hard. Just pull 4 more. What is this relationship going to be like? We got judgment. Ooh, we have judgment and justice. Interesting. We also have 5 of cups on the floor, and I will take that just because when 2 cards come out, I take them. If it's more than 2 cards, I only take the top card. 2 more cards, please. I'll adjust the cards to be in better position. I just need to get this one card out. We got Page of Cups. So pretty. I assume this is going to be talking about your emotions. We have Ace of Pentacles for our last card, which is a good sign. The Ace of Pentacles. We'll talk a little bit more. Alright, so here is your tarot cards. We're going to talk about what this relationship is like. So, we have the King of Pentacles. I think the King of Pentacles can possibly represent the cosmic egg since the cards are beside each other. This person has went through a lot of endeavors. They've, have been successful through what they've achieved, or could just be representing possibly they got out of a relationship and they're extremely tired of being in a relationship. But it also can suggest, that they've grown so much from this change that they're like achieving. They're being very determined, very successful with their change, and now that they're tired of all that they've accomplished, so now they're taking a break and they're like tiredly sitting on their throne. They've achieved their throne. So maybe they're just like, not ready to get into a relationship. They could also just be tired of being in a relationship. Maybe they're not going to be putting so much effort into a relationship because of how tired they are with dealing with relationships. Could also just be that they're maybe somebody you look up to because of all that they've achieved, and you look up to them, you see them, maybe you put them on a pedestal, and you like see the great change that they made. Maybe you don't feel that you're at that level. Could also just be there's still some challenges for the rabbit. There is some challenges and things that they have to face. It's like they have this enemy or this opponent, and they know it's going to be like hard to defeat this person, or and get past it and like achieve, and they're holding back. They're not really like, they're like, should I do it, should I not, like they're not really sure. With the Fool card, possibly I feel that the rabbit is holding back something. Maybe they're not being truthfully honest, since we have the Justice card. Justice card represents honesty, and I don't think they're being truthful with themselves. They maybe aren't being truthful with the King of Pentacles as well. Maybe they're not telling and being honest with them about something. I think as a relationship as a whole, you guys together, there would be a lot of things to work out. You guys would have to work out being more honest with each other, being more openly honest, not holding anything back. I think the rabbit also kind of just lives in the moment. They're taking risks, risk takers. They kind of don't really think about the consequences or what happens after their actions. They kind of just do whatever they want in the moment, and they don't realize that that affects the people around them. So maybe that's something that could help with the rabbit specifically, is trying to be more aware of your actions and continuing in your actions without harming yourself or harming other people. The Justice card could represent someone's not being honest about something. There's something that this person is holding back. They're not taking accountability. Maybe they made some sort of mistake and they're not being honest. And maybe they're blaming other people about that mistake, and they're saying like, oh, it was this person did this or something. Or they're just not like taking accountability of how they're feeling. They're kind of just like ignoring the call. They're ignoring, maybe their spirit guides are trying to push them to this person. They're trying to get you guys together, or they're trying to push you somewhere, and you're just ignoring it because you don't want to. You want to like keep fighting for something else. Maybe this King of Pentacles is still, they're tired of fighting for the other connection. Maybe they're in another connection where they keep fighting for that person, and they're just exhausted because they know that that's not, they're putting so much effort into it, and their guides are leading them somewhere else. So they're not being truthfully honest with themselves, and trusting, or they're like ignoring the call. They're not ignoring where they're being called to. They could also just be ignoring how they're feeling currently. Also, maybe overall you guys are risk takers in this connection. Maybe you guys both become risk takers, and something to be careful about is be aware of your actions and the consequences that come of your actions, because judgment will come, and there will be consequences to your actions. There will be things that will happen if you don't be aware of that, Also, judgment can just be specifically more about the King of Pentacles, the cosmic egg. Judgment is, a release, a rebirth, a new beginning. Possibly they're reevaluating their past, or they will reevaluate their past. Maybe when you guys get into the connection, and like start talking, maybe they just got out of a relationship and they're kind of still talking about the other person they've been with, but they know that they're not going to be with that person anymore. Maybe they like kind of reflect on that a lot, and maybe they put that on you a little bit. Like maybe they compare the two of you a bit, and it's not fair, but I think that is something that they end up reevaluating and learning that that's something that they can't do, and they need to know that you two are different, and to actually give you a chance. I don't think they do that in the relationship. Maybe they do that before, like once you guys start talking. So definitely a period of self-reflection with your relationships, making it, maybe they're going to approach love differently now, to the point where now they respect themselves a lot more, and they're not going to be mistreated like how they were in the past. Maybe they see you as, the innocent, loving, kind person that you are, and they maybe go into the relationship seeing that you would give them 50-50. They see that you would put in 110% into this relationship. Just know that it should be 50-50. It shouldn't be you 100, them 10. Just because they put all their effort into this other person doesn't mean they should not be putting all the effort into you. Also, manifesting. Maybe they are manifesting something that they want in life, making it into reality. There's transformation. They need to be more clear about their personal values, goals. I think one of the struggles that you guys might have in a relationship is being honest with each other. Maybe you guys, it's more of like risky fun in the beginning. You guys do like risky things, or it's not thinking about what your actions may do. Maybe you guys don't really think much before you say something, and kind of just like is fun and games, but then the consequences will catch up to you, and you guys need to be, possibly need to communicate about that and learn to be a little bit more mature. Judgment, talking about, like, maybe you guys need an open, honest conversation about how you're feeling or what it is that you guys need to change in order to make this connection better. I think this is also, like, I think this person's ignoring the call as well. They're not ready to jump right into this connection with this person, and they're, like, kind of, like, ignoring it because maybe they don't feel like they deserve that connection or that this person wants them. And this is saying, like, there's a new beginning. This is the beginning, the abundance you may have if you, give it a chance. Try it out. Obviously, think before you do anything. If you see red flags, notice them. Don't be gullible and think that everything's rainbow and unicorns, because it's not. Life, there's a lot more challenges that come with life, and relationships are one of them. This person isn't perfect. They're not this prince that's gonna lift you off their feet. Sometimes they might, but if they're not, know that this is realistic. This is what life is like. This person isn't perfect. You aren't perfect either. There's gonna be hardships. There's gonna be challenges in this connection, but that's what keeps this as a real connection if you guys are willing to work things out together. I think there's some sort of disappointment. The 5 of Cups is regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism. Maybe someone's being very pessimistic about this connection. Could possibly be the King of Pentacles more specifically because it's on the side. Maybe they don't feel like this would work out because they're being pessimistic that the past relationships haven't worked out. Maybe they're feeling disappointed, failure because of the past relationship, regret. Maybe they regret starting things with you earlier, or maybe they regret maybe saying how they felt about you, or maybe they shared what they feel about you and they're regretting it just because maybe you've distanced yourself from them because you don't know how you feel, and you're not ready to take that risk yet. Could also just be that you're taking too many risks to the point where this person is second guessing whether you are stable enough for them. They don't want to get hurt, I don't think either one of you want to get hurt, so maybe that needs to be communicated as well. Page of Cups, this talks about new opportunities, playful side. Maybe you could bring more of a playful side, but, a more mature, respectable, playful side where you're not being gullible, you're not being naive, you're, you could bring a playful element into this connection without taking risks and putting yourself in bad situations. Okay, let's pull some messages cards and then pull some charms, and that will be your reading, my beautiful pile 1. Okay. Also, I was getting that maybe you guys help each other grow to be more honest. Maybe that's a lesson that you guys learn. You also learn that maybe you guys are both very critical of other people, and maybe you're very critical of yourself, Rabbit, as well. Like, maybe you're very critical of yourself, and you criticize everything you do around this person because maybe you're nervous because you like this person. And know that you are human. This person isn't on a pedestal. Don't put them on a pedestal. They're human as well. They make mistakes. They're a goofball as well. They do awkward things too. They're also awkward sometimes. Awkwardness is real life. That's what real life is. Things aren't always butterflies and sunshine. They're not perfect. And you aren't perfect either, and you should be able to accept that and know that you make mistakes as well. You are human, whatever mistake you made, just brush it off and be like, you know what, I'm human, I still love myself, I still respect myself, and I know who I am. I'm not going to let one little antsy little thing change how I love myself or how I see myself. And maybe to be a little bit more loving towards yourself, find more love, respect yourself, find more love within yourself, treat yourself. And if you ever feel that this person makes you more insecure about yourself, then they aren't the one for you. You know, if they push the insecurities onto you, whatever insecurities they have, then that isn't for you. Maybe this person possibly isn't somebody who has opened their eye yet, but this is who they will become in the future. That will bring this connection together. Their third eye hasn't opened. With the insecurity thing, also you have to decipher which is, you know, constructive criticism and what is insecurity. And what is, you know, them pushing their insecurities and judgment. You know, like, if they judge you based on, like, oh, you're so weird because you like this thing, that's insecure. They're probably insecure about that because someone has judged them for that, you know? And so that's their insecurities. That's not yours, you know? And don't let them push that onto you. If you didn't feel insecure about it before, then that's not, you know, something you need to worry about. That's their insecurity. And don't let them judge you for that. If it's something that they're like, hey, like, you know, I need more space, I need time for myself, I need to, you know, do all this stuff, and you're, you know, feeling insecure about that, and they made you feel insecure about that, know that that is your own insecurity. That's not their insecurity. They're not pushing, they're asking you for some space. And you should be able to respect that and know you should be able to be comfortable with yourself and being able to give them some space. That is what they're asking. Obviously, if they're doing other things that are making you question, then maybe you should, you know, talk to them about how you're feeling or what you're feeling about what they're doing and have an open communication. But know that them asking for space is, and you're getting upset over that, that's your own insecurity that you possibly need to work on. Okay. Caffeine addiction. Maybe someone's addicted to caffeine. Maybe that's something that's making you more having more anxiety. Maybe you need to lay off the caffeination or caffeine. This is a sign to not go through with it. Maybe you're thinking about making a impulsive decision based on this person, and maybe this person isn't ready yet. You know, maybe you need to give it some time and wait. Divine timing. Wait. You need to find something within yourself first before you jump right into this connection. Give it some time. Do not go through with it. Follow your intuition. If your vibe feels off, you're probably right. So if there's something that you're feeling off about, that you're not really sure about, maybe you're not sure if they're talking to somebody else, and I would say they might be possibly, and that's why they're not ready to get into this connection, and you should, you know, give them some space and, you know, focus on your life first, because maybe that relationship won't work out, and that's what will bring you guys two together. You know, follow your intuition. Maybe you're thinking a lot with your mind, and you need to start trusting your gut more. Yeah. Okay. Now let's pull some charms, and that will be the end of your reading. Let's pull some messages here. Oh, this one got stuck on my sleeve. Okay. And let's pull some of these. We got A stuck to my hand. Maybe there's somebody with the A. Also, maybe the letter E means a lot to you, because I currently just put E letters in my thing today. So maybe that's something. We have a heart with wings, maybe over the 5 of Cups. Maybe they're somebody else's failure past connection could possibly have been with an air sign. Their heart might be broken because of the air sign. Things might have failed, or felt they were disappointed with this air sign. We got 2-2. I just saw 2-2 on the board. So 2 2, it's almost 12 22 2, so I think 2 is definitely a significant number. 2 means duality, partnership, also means balance, finding balance within the two of you, finding balance within yourself, partnership, having an equal balancing relationship. So 222 might be significant. We got DD, maybe somebody's name DD, maybe their past connection with somebody with the name DD. We got a bird, like a little like hummingbird, maybe hummingbirds are significant. We also have the evil eye hand, having protection or intuitive spirituality, finding spirituality. AC, I just thought of AC/DC, maybe somebody listens to that music. Crush, I see a crush, maybe maybe you're going out to tell this person you have a crush on them, or you're going to do something impulsively with your crush, and this is a sign not to do that. Don't do it yet. Give it some time. The connection will come to you if it's meant to be. Different. Maybe this person has to become a different person first before this connection can happen. Could also maybe different, meaning like maybe this person is a little bit too accessible for this person. Maybe you're giving already too much to this person and they're not even focusing on you. Maybe they're focusing on somebody else. And maybe you need to change up that first, like, you know, stop giving everybody else 110% because you're not giving them enough space to reciprocate that. You know, how are they supposed to love you and like give you 110% or 50% if you're giving them 90? You need to take a step back and stop being so accessible for them, my beautiful rabbit. Maybe come off as a different approach, and maybe, you know, start reciprocating the energy that others reciprocate to you, you know. Also, dumb, we got dumb. Maybe this person's acting dumb, whoever's taking this risk. Boundaries, justice, being honest with your boundaries. Maybe you need to be honest with how this person is making you feel. If they did something that upset you, be honest and tell them. Be honest and figure out where your boundaries lie. We got coffee, caffeinating detox. Maybe somebody who's not being honest needs to lay off the caffeine to help them relax. I'm looking at you, rabbit. Application. Maybe they have some sort of application that they want to fill out, or maybe they're trying to fill out an application, you know, to like, they're like, oh, hey, like, look at me, like, they're like filling out an application to like be in a relationship with this person. Existent. Hold on, let me pull out the other ones to help me decipher. Backwards. Oh. Maybe someone's backtracking and like blaming other people, or like they're not taking accountability of what they said. Cage. Maybe they're caging up how they feel. Achievement. You know, maybe they're falling back on their achievements. You know, whatever they were able to accomplish, maybe they're falling back a bit because somebody else may be influencing them, or, you know, passing their boundaries. And know that if you don't like set boundaries with everybody, then you're gonna allow, if you like let somebody like one person cross your boundaries, then you're gonna let everybody cross your boundaries. You know, stick up for yourself with every connection you have, whether it be family, friends, you know, relationships. Stick up for yourself, whoever it is. Existent. Maybe you need to have an existent caffeinated detox. Ooh. Okay, we have breastfeed came out. Well, first off, maybe this person likes your breasts. Could also just be yours, or you like theirs. Could also just be maybe they have a child, and maybe they're not being honest with their, like, saying that they have a child. existent child. They could also be, maybe could also just be that they're saying they're currently like being a child. They're currently acting like a child. We got W and R here. We got Q. We got N. I see dumb. Dumb. Maybe this person's feeling dumb about their failure and know that, you know, things happen for a reason. Don't beat yourself up just because one thing didn't work out. Sometimes things just don't work out. IL. I just thought of long term. IL. I love. I just thought of that. QN. Question. Someone being questioned. We have Hello Kitty. We have a unicorn. Maybe somebody's being very like unicornish. They're starting to reflect, like see more within themselves. We got 2 keys. Maybe unlocking the key of your anxiety if you detox from caffeine, because caffeine definitely gives you anxiety. Unlocking the key, maybe throwing the key away yet, don't unlock that door yet about whatever it is that you want to do with your crush. Give it some time. Don't do that quite yet. Oh, we also have this message over the King of Pentacles. Let's see what this says. Express. Maybe they've expressed how they feel towards you. Maybe they're going to express how they feel toward you within time. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Pile 1, for staying to the very end. I hope you found some messages that resonate with you. If you like this reading, please drop a little rabbit emoji in the comments. I would love to hear anything you would like to say about the reading. Please leave a comment about if I did well, if I didn't do well, something that you would like to know. I would love to hear it. Or maybe if you have some ideas of what thing I could do next, I would love to hear that. So thank you. Bye. Have a nice day. See you in my next reading. Hello, my beautiful Pile 2s, and welcome to your reading about what your next relationship will be. So if you chose the Animal Spirit deck, this will be your reading. And I just shuffled and took out some cards, just talking about the 2 people within this connection. You could be either first person or you could be the second person. So, let's first talk about the tarantula. This person could definitely be someone who deals with anger. They might be a type of person that, you know, let's talk about their sign first, actually. They could be a Sagittarius. They could have a moon in Sagittarius. They could also just be a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But yeah, I feel like this person, the way they react to conflict is immediately get angry. They have a lot of built up anger. They could have a lot of built up anger, or they just get like annoyed very easily, or they can't be bothered. They don't have much patience. Yeah, also let's talk about the tarantula a little bit more. So this person could possibly be at a crossroads. They're trying to figure out their life purpose. They might be distracted by other things, or something that's not getting them to where they need to be, to their final goal. It's kind of just a distraction, and they keep putting more effort into that rather than, you know, where their path is going to take them in the future. I think also they might be having to make a decision soon, some sort of sorry, I'm like tired. They have to be making some sort of decision soon, like and they're kind of just ignoring it. They're just sidetracking, and there's an inner voice that's like begging them to refocus their attention onto their life purpose, and they just choose to like ignore it and focus their attention onto something else. And it's saying like, until you do, their satisfaction will be fleeting. So the more they don't follow their goal or follow their life purpose, the more they their satisfaction and happiness will fleet. And could also just be a representation of like, maybe this person is scared to go after something, or they don't think that they're good enough to go after something. Possibly could be you, or it could be this person, the other connection. Maybe they haven't said how they feel yet. They're afraid of rejection. Could also just be that they're afraid of, they're just like deciding to think about it further rather than take action. They're really just like sitting and waiting, and like possibly waiting for you to come up to them. Also, I think this person probably struggles with their intuition. They struggle with seeing like the obvious. Maybe they're very oblivious. They can't really see the bigger picture. Maybe they're very just, in the moment. They don't look at the future. They kind of just focus in the moment a lot more. Something that could help this person would be daily journaling, talking about how they're feeling, talking about what is making them angry. They probably have a lot of built up anger from something, possibly past stuff that they could work out. But we also have manifestation and clarity. So I think this person could be possibly trying to manifest you, or they're like manifesting this connection, but they're not like taking action, and they're kind of just like hoping that it will just, go connect on its own. And this is like saying, this card specifically is saying to, take a risk, go in and see how it ends, because you never know, like, it might be good sometimes to jump in with both feet. The worst thing that could happen, it just doesn't work out. So this is like a message for this person to go through with it. Clarity, stop listening to my inner self. I can easily separate my intuition from my mental chatter. A clarity of my intuition is sweet. So simple, sweet, the taste familiar, and the mental chatter is confusing, bitter, ridge, that I shall peel off, chuck into the garbage. Maybe this person has a lot of limiting beliefs. Maybe they don't feel like they're good enough. Maybe their mental state is very negative. They talk very negative down to themselves without even people knowing. Like, it's just all in their head, and they like talk down on themselves. They could be also just very insecure, or just very negative about themselves. And they're trying to find clarity. I feel like they're like trying to get rid of these limiting beliefs. They're peeling off the orange and throwing it in the trash. It's like the orange's mind that he's throwing in the trash. So maybe this person is trying to, or they just continue to ignore what their inner voice is trying to tell them. I feel like they just ignore it a lot. With the red, so basically the red can represent anger, could represent passion. So maybe this person's very passionate. I feel like they're very adventurous. They like to have fun, do all these different things. The anger, though, I definitely do think that this person is a angry person, or they react to conflict very angrily. I feel like maybe this person, when you guys get into fights, they raise their voice, they get aggressive, they get, it's not a good thing, and maybe this is a caution sign to be cautious around this person. This is a sign for the Phoenix. Maybe this person has to do something to clear this anger before this connection can come, or you guys end up maybe starting a connection and then this person ends up being very angry. This is just like the downside to this person that possibly you guys have to work out. I think this person also might be very communicative. They talk a lot, they communicate a lot, they're able to say how they feel. I think also this person has possibly with the Phoenix, I know the Phoenix upright talks about like a rebirth, like being reborn, having a spiritual awakening, or not even just spiritual, like more like a passion, finding passion and like a surge. It says freedom from suffering, past karma, reincarnation. This person finally, or maybe they are, because it's in reverse, maybe they're focusing a lot on past things. I think this person's probably focusing a lot on the past, maybe with this person specifically. I know we're trying to talk about next relationship, but I feel like maybe this person, you guys were in a relationship before. That's what I'm getting. Like maybe you guys were together and then this was maybe something that you dealt with in the past with this person, and you haven't gotten over that yet. And I think that's maybe why you guys are coming back together again. Like you're not over them. You're not over the past. Could also just be that you became, the Phoenix, and you guys both were able to develop, and then now in the future the relationship will rekindle. I think this person was able to, or is trying to let go of the baggage, let go of their grudges, forgiving people, trying to find freedom within themselves, because it's not about the other people, it's about themselves and finding forgiveness and peace within themselves. I think this person also may have found a new sense of life, a new sense of passion within their lives. Probably being more adventurous. Maybe this person brought them to be more adventurous. Just being more of a fiery person. With the communication is key. This person could be a Gemini. This also is a sign that could also say there's a new romantic relationship coming their way. Caution. Being that there's a caution, I definitely think you should be cautious of what may happen. Maybe be cautious around this person. Be careful around this person. Maybe it's also be cautious of who this person might be talking to, or just be cautious in general with the people you surround yourself with. Sanctuary. So maybe you've been in your sanctuary a lot. You've been communicating with yourself. Could also just be you've found a new way of communicating and being more honest with yourself and being able to talk to people about how you feel, which has made you, or maybe this is advice that you need to do in order to, have this Phoenix upright. Maybe another thing too, this is like an ex or something that you're like hoping to have a new relationship with, and this is saying like, it's not saying that you have to move on, but it's like they're saying that you need to be careful, and also like there's some things you need to do before getting into a relationship. So finding communication, before you turn into this beautiful phoenix. Sanctuary, maybe you need to take some time alone and be with yourself for a bit, and learn to love yourself and treat yourself and pamper yourself a bit. So it says, good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. Maybe life has been very chaotic. It could be as small as a bubble bath or a big trip, or maybe it's small trips to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell into someone's bubble bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick up your favorite sanctuary, unplug for a bit, especially if there's a bath involved. So maybe you like also taking showers, maybe you like specifically taking a bath. If this is you, obviously, the phoenix, I'm saying it for the phoenix. So this is just like advice for the phoenix, like you need to start pampering yourself, you need to start treating yourself well, and start pampering, start taking nice, relaxing, finding some time for yourself as well. It's not all about school, it's not all about work, it's not all about other people. You need some time for yourself as well. Joy, to enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it will make it way better. Today I added some joy to everything, really slathered it on today. Today I'm the Orville red bancher of joy, and life's popcorn is about to get it. So yellow also represents like happiness, calm, sunshine, warmth. It represents also like joy, happiness. So, this is like cautious. Maybe this is a cautious sign saying like, don't jump into this right just yet with this person. They have some things they need to resolve. You have some things that you need to resolve. And maybe it's best to just wait and, be on your own for a bit in order to learn these things, have some self-love, sanctuary, putting yourself in a sanctuary. Maybe you're a little introverted, and maybe you have been doing this, but this will bring you joy. This possibly is something that, you replenish your battery by being home alone. And maybe this person's like the complete opposite. They like to be around people. Also with communication is key. It's basically just, saying like, communicate however you're feeling, communicate it to yourself, communicate it to others. It's always good to be honest about how you feel. Okay, let's pull some messages cards. Like 2 for each. Be patient. I think this person doesn't have a lot of patience, and maybe that is something they need to learn, or maybe it's something that you have to tell them to be patient with you a lot. Need to learn patience. I think they get annoyed very easily and frustrated. I think they just like I think they also want this connection with you, possibly because they feel alone, or it could also just be that they, maybe they're feeling alone because of, because they don't have anybody, they don't have a partner, and they want that with you. Time to move on. Maybe this is a message specifically for this person, whoever is still involved with this person, and it's saying like, you need to move on from this person, you're on to better things. Could also just be a message for somebody maybe has you know, the past, they're still focusing on the past and how the past was. Maybe it didn't have anything to do with this other person. Maybe it was something completely different. This is just saying it's time to move on. Whoa. Okay. We got names. This person, whoever maybe you need to move on from, could possibly be one of these names. We have C names, we got F names, we got G names. So Cameron, Caleb, Cade, Carter, Casey, Calvin, Carl, Charlie, Kane, Carson, Franklin, Finn, Frank, Fabian, Frederick, Fernando, Francesco, Fran, Forrest, Gail, Garen, Gabriel, Gerald, Gibson, Gilbert, Gus, Greg, Guy, Griffin. Those maybe is something that you need to move on from. Okay, we're gonna now jump into your tarot. Alright, so I'm gonna shuffle your tarot on camera. See what we get. These cards are so freaking hard to shuffle. I don't understand my cards. You gotta make them a little more flimsy, my guy. They're freaking hard to shuffle. They like come out in chunks. Okay. Alright. What is this relationship like? Okay, we got 5 of Swords. Ooh. I feel like I should take this one, but I'm not gonna. Just because what I usually do is if I see 2 cards, I take 2. But if I see more than 2, I only take the top one. I don't know if that's... Okay, I think that's upright. Oh, it was also this one. Where the hell did this one come from? Okay, I think that's upright. Okay, we got 5 of Wands. We got 7 of Wands. Okay. We got King of Swords. And we have Black Newman. Interesting. And then we just need one more. The Page of Swords. We have a lot of swords. Definitely could possibly have somebody who is an air sign. I mean, we had Gemini, so we also have fire, we also have earth, we have all of them actually. We have majority of air though. Yeah, majority is air. And then fire. Okay, so there is a lot to unfold. So, there's a lot of air. We already discussed that. Gemini. You guys can both be air. I'm getting a lot of like this is one person, the King of Swords, and then this is another person, Page of Swords. You guys possibly may have you guys could possibly already have been together, like this is an ex, or you could be currently in a connection with this person, I'm getting, and you're like not sure if you should give up on this person, or they're not sure if they should give up on you or your connection because maybe there has been negative things said or just a lot of fighting, or something just has not been resolved. And I don't remember which card it was. I think it was like 7 of Wands, said to persevere, like keep trying. And I usually don't say things like that just because it's up to you. You decide what you want. But like the fact that it said like don't give up on this relationship, it seems so like profound, and like like it's like an definitive answer. So like maybe you're thinking, you're like, oh, like maybe you've been exhausted, or you're just like, I don't know if I could do this anymore, and it's saying to have an open communication. Maybe you guys need to find a different approach of how you communicate. So like, actually sitting down with the person and telling them how you feel, because I definitely know there's someone in this connection that cannot, and it's the King of Swords, whoever this is, they don't really communicate how they feel. They kind of just, they're not the best at communicating. I think they hide or are shy about what they want to say. Probably this is the male of the situation, if there is a male, or somebody with very masculine energy. I'm just saying that because I know a lot of men shy away from expressing their emotions a lot of the time because they're like, oh, men can't cry, men can't be emotional, all this crap. So, which is garbage. But for some reason, they still think that that's how they have to be. But, so this person specifically is like that. And I feel like the Phoenix, the Page of Swords over here, is probably a little bit more communicative. I think they try to open this person up a lot. And they're like, hey, like, sit down and talk with me. Like, how are you feeling? And this person just, like, runs away from it, or possibly just, like, doesn't really express how they're feeling. They, like, hold it in. They hide it. And that's not the best way of doing it, because that's what brings them internal anger, because they don't fully express how they're feeling. And that's how they end up staying angry or holding grudges to whatever this person did or whatever this person said, because they don't fully express their boundaries. They don't fully express what their actions are making them feel, so they don't know, so they continue to cross those boundaries. And also, not even just that, continue to crossing the boundaries, they just hold on to that anger because they don't ever resolve it. They don't communicate it. They don't let it out of their system. They're always holding on to it. I think you guys also, okay, so this could be a connection of where you could be in a connection, you could be out of a connection, you could possibly just be talking right now, or you could be talking in the future, like this is a next relationship. So maybe you guys are also very, there's a lot of other options, and I feel like specifically more for the Phoenix, there's a lot of different competition. Like there's a lot of people like trying to get with this person or interested in this person, and I think a lot of them are just not really like into having a relationship. It's more just about like a hookup, or they like the competition, like they're fighting for you just because they see this tarantula is fighting as well. So they want to win over this tarantula. It's like they have some sort of, it's like something against this tarantula, and that's why they're chasing after you. It's not really about like wanting to be with you. I think there's some other options as well that do like are interested in you, but they are just not really like wanting to be in a relationship. And I think like this person maybe likes to play the game of being attractive and like and having options, and like feeling interested or feeling the interest by others, so they don't really like pay much attention to any of them. This person kind of just like, you know, is like, yeah, I have options. And maybe this person's exhausted of the competition. Like, I think they're, like, to be honest, I think they're a little bit annoyed by it. And they don't like the competition. I feel like they're exhausted and they've just given up. They've given up on trying with you anymore. Obviously, who knows what the future holds, but maybe you guys end up becoming a connection. Well, obviously, this is your next relationship, so you guys will become something. I think they're just probably tired of the competition right now. This could also represent whoever's in a connection with this person. I feel like somebody's in a connection with this person. This is talking about the competition between the two of you. I think you guys compete a lot. You guys don't have to be in a relationship, but I feel like you guys are always competing against one another. And I feel like it's mostly because of the tarantula. Like, I think the tarantula just shies away from their internal self. And the tarantula card literally comes out, and it's like their internal self is like, their subconscious is like waiting and patiently waiting for them to be like noticed by them. It's like they just ignore their gut. They just ignore everything like that they feel internally. They just suppress, ignore it, and it grows pretty bad insecurities. And I think this person is very like insecure, or just like very, what is it called? Where they're easily affected by others. I think they're very like defensive, or like they're very defensive. That's what I'm getting. Like, they're very like sensitive to other people's words because they don't believe in themselves, and they don't like really, you know, it's like they don't know themselves well enough to be certain on how they feel about themselves, or like they just like don't feel good about themselves. So then when somebody like says something, they like immediately are on like defense mode and like want to fight back, you know, like they just immediately take it as like, oh, you're attacking me, you know. I also could be that I feel like this person is like what was the phoenix thing again? Give me one moment. Okay, so the phoenix, all right. So the phoenix, because it's a spiritual card, I think this is more of like, whoever this is, it's like, this is their spiritual representation of themselves. Like, this is who they will become spiritually, and is the upright. But I think they're having difficulties in becoming this, that it's like in reverse, and there's things they have to do in order to transform and truly transform and be free of their suffering of the past. And it's like they kind of just deny it. They could also be a type of person that runs from conflict, or runs from difficult situations, or runs from their past. They may be, that's just, you know, they constantly keep repeating the past, and like they just keep running from like, and I think it's like their spirit guide or whoever it is like testing them purposely, because they keep repeating the past and they purposely want you to learn from it. So they keep having it come up in a situation where it was like something very similar. And this person just they get up and they just run. They don't really communicate how they're feeling. They don't talk back to the person. They don't stick up for themselves. They just run away, and they're like, you know what? You know, you figure out what the problem was, you know? So they might be a person that runs away a lot. I also think they tend to maybe burn bridges with people very easily. They, maybe they just like to deny the past, or maybe they like to second guess themselves a lot about how they feel. And something that would definitely help them is to face your past, you know, face whatever is it's time to change the way you approach conflict. Turn back and speak up for yourself. Instead of running away, turn around and deal with it head on. Talk about how you feel. You don't have to be aggressive or angry. Be calm, collective. If the person's being aggressive, you stay calm. And if you feel that it's gonna escalate, then maybe take some time apart and then come back to it on a brighter note and just try and communicate with this person. Even if you guys end up not on the same page, then and you see that the past keeps repeating yourself with this person specifically, then that should be the time that you walk away from the connection. If you feel that you don't even try to communicate, so you just run away, then that's not the right way of doing it. It's probably better to communicate head on, say how you're feeling, and also try to listen to what the other person is saying as well. It's not just all about how you're feeling. You should also try to listen to how this person is feeling as well, and try to find some sort of what is it called? Balance, or oh god, why can I always forget everything when I talk on video. Find some balance between the two of you, they are in the right, you're on the right. I'm just gonna move on. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so if that resonates and I'm specifically talking about this person, maybe you feel that a lot of your relationships don't work out a lot. It's like you're always jumping from relationship to relationship because they always just don't work out. Maybe that's something that you need to look within yourself and ask yourself, why aren't my relationships working? Obviously, it's not just all them. You could blame the other person, be like, oh, well, this person was evil, blah, 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 but also you have to look within yourself and be like, also, I had to learn this from this lesson or from this connection, that I need to communicate more, or that I need to, be more aware of how this other person's feeling, or, another thing too, I think you guys compete a lot against each other. I think you guys are always looking to win the conversation. Maybe you guys are very opposite to the point where you have a lot of disagreements or things that you don't agree on, and that every relationship has disagreements. It's honestly up to you to pick and choose what you're going to fight about or what you're going to fight for. If you keep fighting over the stupidest things, the littlest things that literally do not matter. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize, look, the air connects into the 9 of Cups. That's crazy. You maybe fight about the littlest things, or just things that really don't matter, like a TV show, or things that you don't like if someone likes going to the park, or likes a certain type of music. Let's give that. They like a certain type of music, and then the other person's like, ew, how do you listen to this garbage, or how do you listen to this trash? It's why are you being so negative and mean? I'm not gonna like everything that you like. Stop trying to change me. You have to be, I feel like these two people need to understand that they're two different people, and that you can't force or change the other person or condition them into what you want as a relationship. That's, if you want somebody else, go find them. You can't change the person, and you have to understand that this person's gonna be different, and that's what makes the relationship special. Imagine how boring it would be if you dated yourself. You have to understand, they're different, they have their own life, they have their own things, and they're not gonna just conform into who you are or what you want. And you have to respect that, and you're not gonna do the same for them, so don't expect them to do that for you. Another thing too, I think you guys just fight a lot about anything, and every disagreement or every argument escalates or gets to the point where you guys want to fight with each other, or or to the point where someone gives in. It's like you guys are trying to like compete against each other and like win, and it like gives you a boost of confidence that to know that you're right or something, and that's not healthy. That's not how a relationship should be. You have to understand that you win some, you lose some, and you know, sometimes it's easier just to find peace within the connection and be like, yeah, you know, you're right. You know, and obviously, like, you know, or you could be like, yeah, I don't know, I don't agree with that, but it's okay, like, you know, I understand where you're coming from and I could see your perspective, you know, like, that's all it is. You don't have to compete. And I think a lot of the time competing comes from a place of insecurity. It's like you are competing against this person because you want to win over them, or you have some sort of like, oh, like, as a perspective of this male figure, if this is the tarantula because it's right next to the tarantula, like the Five of Swords, this person's like, oh, I have to win the conversation because I'm the man, or I have to win over this person because I'm the man and I say what goes, or like they're very authoritative and they're like, I'm the, you know, you have to listen to me or whatever. And it's actually really like toxic. I think that's something this tarantula really has to work out and like understand that that comes from a place of insecurity. And it's not cute. That's not cute at all. I wouldn't want somebody to be like that. But it's a equal relationship. It should be an equal relationship. That's what a healthy relationship is. You give and you take. And I feel like this person is like, no, you have to bow down to me, and like basically like they treat you like a dog, and like you're a dog that has to bow down to them or something. And that's not the case. You know, like you have to understand like it's an equal relationship. You guys are both maybe have, you know, are headstrong, but you have to come to agreement, shake hands and be like, hey, like, I know you're a very powerful person, but so am I. And it's an equal take. I will respect your decision. You must respect mine as well. It's an equal thing. Maybe you guys need to talk more about that. I think this person definitely needs to go through some sort of inner reflection as well. I think they have a lot of inner reflection they must do, because I feel like they've always just ignored it or fought against it, or just, you know, didn't want to accept the fact that they, like, you know, they have a subconscious. I think they're very oblivious to things. I don't think they understand subtle cues. Maybe this person gets upset a lot and they just completely just don't even realize, because they just like, they only think with their mind. It's like they don't think at all with their heart. Yet they get very emotional. It's really strange to me. Like they get very, not emotional, not like crying, more like angry. All their emotion turns to anger. Maybe they need to reflect on some childhood things or childhood trauma. Maybe they've been through some things that has gave them to be so aggressive and needing to fight with everybody. I think that person turns to be aggressive. I don't know who it is. I feel like it's a little bit more with this tarantula person. But I'm also kind of getting a sense of this tarantula person possibly has went through a little bit of a change. They need to change something. I think it's more of like how they approach conflict, specifically. And it's like, I think they maybe were a pushover as a kid, or maybe their parents were very aggressive or very like take charge and like kind of pushed the kid around, or maybe just was never let them really be themselves and controlled every aspect of their life, to now that this person is like, they want to control everything around them. And that could be a thing that they need to realize and see through and, you know, deal with. And maybe with this person, maybe you could talk to them about it to help them. Obviously, this is something they need to work on themselves too. You can't expect to help change them. Could also just be that they've realized they need to stick up for themselves more because everyone pushes them around, specifically their parents or family. and they're like, you know what, I need to stick up for myself. So now whenever someone tries to be against me or attack me, it's because they hate me or because they're attacking me, and I'm gonna stick up for myself, so I'm gonna attack back. So every time someone like disagrees with them or doesn't like the way they're doing something, it's like immediate defense mode. I'm gonna, you know, scream till I win, or I'm gonna scream and attack you until I win, you know? And that's not the good way of approaching sticking up for yourself. I completely understand, you know, not being a pushover and needing to stick up for yourself, but you need to understand, you need to come from a place of patience and, you know, have patience for the person and understand that not everybody's against you, and that comes from a place of insecurity from your past that you need to move on and let go from, you know. Obviously stick up for yourself, put your foot down, and talk to the person and be like, hey, like, I understand your opinion, or, you know, they also might tend to say things like, oh, this is just who I am, or it's the highway, or like, you know, they don't do anything to try to change who they are, because I think they're just like maybe very egotistical and I think it's just all insecurity. They just think that they're like, you know, the best, or they put themselves on a pedestal, and it's because no one else did. No one else did that in their past. Everyone just kind of pushed them over. And maybe that's a thing that you could talk to about this person. This person's not evil. This person's not a menace. You know, like, they might be like, you know, they're definitely aggressive, but like, you know, you have to try to understand where they're coming from, and they're putting themselves on this pedestal because no one else did. Maybe you could try to talk to them peacefully and be like, hey, like, I just wanted to talk to you about this a little bit, and try to approach it in like a, you know, sensitive way, and be like, hey, like, I am not coming at this to try to attack you. I'm not trying to attack you. I care for you. I love for you. Like, I just want to talk to you about this. Maybe this is something you need to reflect on, because I personally feel like I'm always, you know, it's not a competition, and like try to talk to them about it and be like, hey, like, I know you'd want to protect yourself, and I know so whenever somebody, you know, disagrees with you, you get defensive, but like, I want you to know that not everybody's like you, not everybody agrees with you, and you can't, like, sometimes people are just not going to like you, you know, like, or agree with you. Also, a good way of approaching it, maybe that you could tell them, is, you know, be patient. You know, definitely stick up for yourself, but do it in a respectful way. You don't need to get so emotionally angry about it. That's like a childish way, you know. Try to be more mature and see that, you know, find more love for yourself, and maybe talk to yourself, write down, explain those feelings, take out those feelings, talk about those feelings, try to get them to talk about it and reflect on it. Even just asking them, like, oh, why? You know, like, letting them talk the whole entire time, and just be like, why? Because then at later, one point or later, like, they're gonna explain, like, say just everything, and then they're gonna be like, wait a second, like, I didn't even realize I just talked about everything that bothers me. You know, like, trick them into confessing their feelings, or, you know, or explaining their feelings. Also, like, a good way of dealing with it is, you know, being mature, being like, okay, so, like, somebody's, like, says something that they don't like, you know, instead of attacking them immediately and being aggressive and angry, being like, you know, talk back and be like, hey, that was uncalled for, like, you didn't have to say that, or like, I understand your point of view, but I just don't agree with you, and I wish you wouldn't say those things to me because it upsets me. You know, talking like a mature adult. And if you talk to them about it, and they, you know, continue to act what you just set a boundary, like, this person needs to set more boundaries. If you set a boundary to that person, you said, hey, like, can you not say those things to me? It upsets me. And they continue to do that, then that's when you can get aggressive and, you know, stick more of your ground. And if they continue not to do that, obviously don't get physical, don't get more aggressive, don't escalate, walk away. walk away like a mature adult and ignore them and just cut them out of your life. That's when you should cut them out of your life. Okay, so I think this Phoenix person is trying to find new ways of approaching. I think you guys in general are trying to find new ways of approaching this relationship, because I think you both want the connection. But I think maybe one person is like so fed up and tired of it, the tarantula, I feel like a little bit more, that this person's trying to approach it with new ideas. And possibly a good way of approaching it would be to set boundaries between each other and not letting it get to the point where it's like, someone has to win and conquer the person. It's not a competition. You guys should be working together, not against each other. I think also, coming with new ideas, trying to figure out how to approach it, communicate, maybe find a way to find a new schedule to spend time with each other, maybe saying things that you each can allow, like say things that you don't want the other person to say to each other. Maybe you guys had a fight before where someone said something really nasty or called you names or got to the point where it was really aggressive, and whoever was on the opposite end, the person that was receiving that, you should, set a boundary and be like, hey, like, don't say those things to me again, or this relationship will end. Obviously don't like threaten them, but be like, hey, like, this is me setting my boundary. I do not want this said to me again, and I will stick with my boundary. This is me respecting myself. And if you say this thing again to me, I don't know if I can continue with this relationship. Like, that's you respecting yourself. I think you both need to do that. And every relationship needs boundaries. Don't feel like you're being a bitch or you're being aggressive just because you're setting boundaries. Do it in a nice, respectful way, but you need to set boundaries. Also, Black Newman, I think this, because it's in reverse, the upright is basically like drowning these people. These two dogs are drowning in, they're about to be drowned in water. It's like up to their neck. They're like about to face extinction, and maybe that's the relationship currently you guys are facing. Maybe you guys are facing extinction between this connection. Like it's not going to work out, and it's in reverse. Like the water will fade away, the water will go down. You just need to do something in order for that to go away, and that is communicate, set boundaries, talk to one another. That's the best way of approaching. There's a new way of finding abundance within this relationship, and that's the fact that it's above each other. It's like showing you like this, you can achieve this new abundance and manifestation in this connection if you make the change. You both need to make a change in order for this to come together. 9 of Cups, I think, I think you guys may face a competition a lot, and the fact that it fades into the 9 of Cups, it's like, this is the past, this is the future. Once you resolve whatever it is and you guys set those boundaries and communicate, this can lead into the 9 of Cups, the satisfaction, the abundance, give me one moment. Contentment, the satisfaction, gratitude, wish come true. Also, another thing too that I think this is another thing, like this fades into this, is when you guys have a disagreement, instead of like, you may be hearing them and you may like understand their perspective, but you just don't say it. So they don't know that you do. So maybe, another way of communicating a little bit better is when you have a disagreement about music, like specifically, and the person's like, I don't really like this music or whatever. But you could be like, I don't like this music, but I appreciate that you like this music, because that's, I like that you're different from me, or I like that, you see a new perspective, like, and that could show that you appreciate the person, and maybe find new ways to find or express your gratitude for this person. I feel like you guys don't really express that a lot. I feel like it's all about competition, so you don't give compliments to each other. You guys just say negative things probably to each other. Maybe you guys, like, that's your way of goofing off. And I think that's more of a damaging way of approaching your relationship, because you guys are just enforcing the competition. Like, if this person's like, oh, like, no, you're ugly. Like, that's not, like, I know you're just joking, and maybe this person's like, oh yeah, you're just joking, but deep down, subconsciously, they don't see you as joking. They don't see it as joking. It sticks with them, and it reinforces their insecurity, and it reinforces, you're spreading your insecurity onto them. You're trying to call them ugly or whatever, and it just reinforces that in them to the point where they have to do it back to you, you know, call you names, call you things, and that just makes you more insecure. It's better to just be nice to each other, you know. You're in a relationship, be nice, you know. Say that they're pretty, be like, oh my god, you're so gorgeous, or you're so handsome, my king or my queen, you know, like, that's nice. It should be a healthy relationship, you know. All right, I hope that helps. I think you guys could work this out. Like, I honestly think you guys could stick through it, and, you know, maybe it's a little bit one person more than the other that's being a little bit more of, like, the aggressor, and the other one's more of, like, the victim. Obviously, don't victim play. You're not always the victim. Like, don't, like, be like, oh, I'm the victim, like, you know. Obviously, maybe someone needs to stick up for themselves a little bit more, but don't be, like, guilt tripping them, you know, if you catch my drift. Maybe, you know, maybe the submissive one needs to be a little bit more assertive and find more assertive, and the other one who's more assertive needs to find more submissive aspects to find balance. I think the King of Swords is the one who's doing that, and I think they may be a little bit older, maybe more authoritative, and that's why, but, you know, you'll find balance. I'm going to pull some cards out for you right now. Alright, let's pull some of these cards. Let's shuffle them because I haven't shuffled them in a bit. I have so many cards, it's, like, impossible to shuffle these. Okay. So, whoever was thinking maybe you should leave or go, maybe you guys faced some sort of, like, maybe you guys fought recently pretty bad, and it's gotten to the point where you're like, I don't know if we can recover from this. It doesn't look like it was that crazy of a fight, though. I definitely think that someone was maybe very aggressive or said some names, and I'm not saying, like, you know, if you were hurt from it, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. Like, you definitely should be, because it was a fight. Fights are bad. You shouldn't really be fighting to the point where you have to scream at each other or yell. That's not healthy. That's not, that's not what a relationship should be. There should be, you know, just communication. You shouldn't have to yell at each other to get things across. It's not healthy. Also, maybe someone in somebody's life, they've seen that in relationships, so they expect, like, that's what relationships are, and they need to find a new clarity to that, because that's not how relationships are. That's not how they should be. Also, what was I gonna say? I think you guys just really need to communicate, talk to each other about how you're feeling. And I would say, if you're really wondering if you should stay or not, I would really, you know, do some inner reflection, or maybe you guys need to do some inner reflection before. Maybe you guys are contemplating whether you guys should stay together because maybe things were said, or you guys are just talking right now and you're like, should we even get into the connection, because I feel like already I'm seeing red flags. And maybe you've been in a lot of relationships where you're like, oh, I notice a lot of red flags. I think you should give it a shot and, you know, jump in and see what happens. And maybe maybe you're thinking the other person's gonna be like, maybe it's you that's like that, you know, and that's why you're always relationships aren't working out. And maybe you need to do some inner reflection of this, whatever this is, and, you know, give a new shot to this new connection. Because it's definitely saying to continue, like, jump in with this, whoever this is. And if there's an ex, maybe this maybe this is talking about, like, you know, maybe you've had a lot of these attributes with an ex. I think, you know, the past you need to move on from. You need to understand, learn from it, and actually learn from it. Don't keep running away from it, you know. Face it head on, and then understand, learn, and continue with this person. God, this is like... Okay, you know what, whatever. Alright. Jesus Christ. If you've been asking that maybe if this is an ex, okay, I just got a card that said the answer is no, and then it flipped over, but, I know I was saying that the answer, like, you should, if you're asking, see, like, it isn't over yet, don't give up. Maybe for some of you, whoever this is with an ex, and you keep trying and trying and it doesn't work out, I feel like the ex, that needs to end. Maybe you're trying to see a new connection, and this is someone who you're talking to, or you're maybe currently in. It's saying, don't give up, keep trying, reflect on yourself, and continue. They are just using you. Maybe there's someone in your life that's just currently using you. That could be the ex. Maybe that could also just be maybe this person currently is just using you for their own satisfaction. Because it's over the King of Swords. Whoever this authoritative person that keeps telling you your place or whatever, they're just using you for their own gain. Maybe they like to do that because they like to feel more powerful than you. They put themselves up on a pedestal when they mistreat you or disrespect you. And I have a feeling that might be some guy in the past that you were with, or someone in the past that used to do that to you. You need to close that door with whoever that is and leave it be and move on to this next connection, a following connection. So, sorry, I had to stop, but I also just saw this on the floor. I didn't even realize, but it's funny that there's the Page of Swords and then the Queen of Swords right next to each other. Like, it was on the floor. It's like maybe this person's trying to approach this in a new way to the point where they become the Queen of Swords. Alright, anyways, let's continue with the cards. We got New Moon. So maybe there's a new transition of this connection. You guys could we also have the Page of, we have the Ace of Pentacles, so like that's like about new beginnings. It's like the number one, like it's like a start of the cycle, you know, a new beginning, a new I think this person is going to approach this rebirth, and it's going to be like a new phase in their life, and it's going to be this connection with this person, like learning with this person together. I think you guys maybe will start up a relationship, and it'll be like you guys can learn together about what a true healthy relationship is. About these are like these are like not good. It's like so, the answer is like so just, I don't know, I guess it's up for you to decide what you want to do, because it's like, do it, and then it's like, don't do it. If you have a gut feeling about somebody who is, you know, could possibly just be trying to hurt you or gain from you, maybe don't continue with that. maybe whoever that Gemini is, if it's a Gemini, possibly they need a lot to go from, maybe this tarantula, before, I think you should just walk away from them, to be honest. Like, this isn't a good sign. Whoever this is for, maybe you're gonna try, I don't know what this is, like, it isn't over yet, don't give up. I feel like this is just a new somebody else, like, this is not this person. I think you could possibly be you're in another relationship, maybe. You're currently with someone else, and they're coming out a little bit, their aspects are coming out a little bit, and this is them. And you're like, oh, should I continue with someone else? And it's like the new moon, and it's like, yes, leave them. Whoever this past person is, leave them. And, you know, don't give up on whoever's possibly maybe wanting to shoot their shot, but they're exhausted because they don't want to be second option. They want to be your first option. So obviously don't jump right into them, because that's not a good way of approaching it either. You need to give yourself some time and be alone and really learn from your past, and don't try to jump right into this other person with all these different personal traumas, because it's not the way of doing it. But yeah, don't stick around for this person. I think they're just using you, and they're like, it's their way of gaining from you by, like, disrespecting you. They put themselves on a pedestal by disrespecting you. Okay. Let's pull these charms, and then I'll be done with your reading. You got a lot of numbers. The Pisces, whoever the Pisces is, they might be the ones using you. Oh, it's funny that I talked about music, and literally music came out. Maybe you guys do argue about music. So we have the number 5. I don't know what the number 17 means. If you guys know about how to, like, I think they do a thing about how they, like, simplify the numbers. If you know how to do that, please let me know, because I do not. All I know is the numbers between 1 through 10, so, okay. So with the number 5 is like change. That's basically what it means. It means change, instability, and conflict. I think there is a lot of conflict between whoever this is, whoever my viewer is. I think you're dealing with a lot of conflict. And instability. Maybe you're very anxious about both connections. And I think you need to make a decision. There's definitely needs to be a decision made, and you can't wait around any longer. It's time to start this new beginning. 3 is creativity, groups, and growth. I think you're going to go through a lot of growth, especially with the new moon. The new moon, like the new beginning you're going to face, this rebirth, is going to teach you a lot. You're going to grow a lot from it, especially because you're curious about the new ways of approaching. I think maybe you recently just went through spiritual awakening, and now you're like, I need to change my life up. You know, like, it's time to make a difference and stop, like, being closed-minded. 2 is, and stop running away from the past. That's what it was saying too. Like, I think you're struggling a lot, and maybe it's like you need to, you know, face the past and find a new way of approaching. So 2 is balance, partnership, duality. I think the new moon is a new beginning of a relationship. You're going to have this new person come in, and don't give up on them, because I think they will bring a lot of abundance to your life. I think you guys will help each other grow together. We also have an Aries thing. Maybe your new connection will be someone with who is an Aries. And maybe this past person, whoever's using you, could be a Pisces. Or have some sort of placement. Demonstrate. Maybe the Pisces like demonstrates what a toxic relationship is. Easy. Well, let's pull all of these out first, and then I'll talk about them. Change is easy, or maybe this change could be made easy. We got disturbing. We got dream right next to that. Maybe you had a bad dream about this person leaving this person, and I think you could make it easy if you just make the decision. Delightful. We have bearable. We got a cat. Maybe you're like just sticking with this person because you think it's bearable, so you just don't make the change. But things could just be made so much easier if you just, you know, make the decision and change it for yourself. Bored. Maybe this 9, maybe this is like the person of your future, and they're like bored, like they're exhausted, like waiting for you. Like they're just like, hurry up, you know, make the decision already. You know, there's nothing to lose, just give it a shot. Calories, maybe to signify who the King of Swords is, maybe they watch their calories a lot. Maybe they're really focused on calories. Maybe they were like very judgmental of you about your calories. And circus. Maybe this is like a circus. Like maybe this guy's like a clown, you know, like but yet you like let them, you know, disrespect you. Maybe it starts with an N. Their name starts with an N. And he's like a clown. This guy's from the circus, you know. We got a cat here. This makes me think of like catty, or maybe someone's spirit animal is a cat. Yeah, that's what I'm getting with that. All right. Thank you so much for staying to the very end. I hope you like your reading. If any messages resonate with you, please leave a comment down below on what resonated. I would love to hear it. Anyways, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye! Hello, my beautiful pile 3s. If you chose the Young Witch Tarot deck, which looks like this will be your reading about your next relationship. So, I just wanted to shuffle on camera for you. Try to make it snappy so you're not sitting here for too long. But, alright, let's shuffle these bad boys here. So the first person we're going to look for is the first person of this connection. I'm definitely seeing a butterfly, a fox. These could be possibly, or the snake, cosmic egg, could be one of them. Alright, let's see. Who is the first person of pile 3's next relationship? 2, 3. That is the otter. Let's put it over here. Okay, second person of this connection of pile 3. That didn't flip over. Second person, 1. Okay, we got the dragon. I feel like, oh, it's interesting that you guys have both upright energy here. The last pile we had both of them were in reverse. So you guys are definitely making headway. You're growing. Making the change. Okay, let's look up the Moonology. What sign could the otter possibly be? Maybe let's shuffle this quickly. 1, 2, 3. Otter could possibly be a Libra. It's in reverse. Dragon. What sign could the dragon be? Expect a powerful change. Internal powerful change. Someone is going through some sort of awakening or has been through an awakening. This is just to identify who this person is. The dragon gives me it's a spiritual card, so this person could have gone through a spiritual awakening, more specifically. Internal, they could have grown a lot internally, have done a lot of inner reflection, or could possibly still be doing that, or is going to do that in order for this connection to begin, or that's what's maybe gonna happen within the connection. Okay, let's shuffle these. Just want to make sure all of these are shuffled, just so no one can be like, those aren't shuffled. Yeah, shuffled, baby, they are. Ooh, my nails match the purple. Definitely a spiritual awakening. Maybe this person hasn't gone through that, but maybe could be maybe developing more in that. Okay, pull a card out for the otter, maybe to help us further understand who the otter is. Who is the otter? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got rest. Maybe they're very tired. Maybe they sleep a lot. It says a win-win outcome is forecast, and that's in reverse. Maybe they're trying to find internal balance, this otter. Maybe they sleep a lot. Maybe they get a lot of sleep. Alright. The dragon. Something to represent the dragon. 2. Oh, we got growth. Oh, well, I said growth. I meant to say love, but growth is on the floor, so I guess I'm going to have to take this. We got a lot of cards for this person, actually. I'm just going to, say all of them. So, internal reflection. I'm not sure what this is, and intuition, internal intuition. I don't usually take all these, but I feel like they apply, and I'm not really sure if I should take them or not. We also have this. I don't even know what the hell this means. I think that might be the orange card. Sorry, I just need to look it up to see what it is. Hello? Are you not here? Is that a pink card? That doesn't look pink to me. It is pink. What the hell? This card is about growth of ideas, new projects in your life. Now is time to focus on creating a safe space for your creative endeavors. I'm just going to take that because I feel like that fits. We have a lot of colors. Maybe the dragon is a very colorful person. Maybe they've found more color in their life. Maybe their life before was very dull, black and white, and now it's all colorful. Okay, now let's pull affirmations cards, and that will be it for the cards. We're going to try to pull one for each. Sleep, rest. Alright, let's shuffle these. I've gotten better at shuffling. Okay. The otter. One affirmation card representing the otter. Oh. 2. 30. We got ultimate potential in reverse. I think this person has a lot of potential to growing as much as this person. Oh, I need to pull another one. Oh my god, why is there so much freaking hair on me? Okay, now the... I almost just said giraffe, because there's this giraffe here. Now the dragon. Two, three. We got inspiration. Maybe this person is inspired by the dragon. So, I just had to like move the cards around because this, I didn't feel like should be there. I moved these over, so maybe like that expression shows that, you know, this person finds inspiration from this person of like self-intuition and idealization, idealization, I think that's how you say it. So maybe that's something that this person is inspired by within them, that they were able to learn. Maybe that's helping them learn a little bit more about intuition and things like this. Let's talk more specifically about the dragon and otter. Specifically with the otter, this reminds me of possibly a card that comes out for the person, that this person's possibly being a little bit more playful or has found more playful aspects within their life. It kind of reminds me of like the otter's, like, you know, the little puppy of the sea. Maybe this person is like a little puppy, or like, you know, they're like, you know, very sweet, very loving, very caring. They could also be a water sign because this is the water aspects, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. They could have some Libra placements. So it says obstruct joy, playfulness, contentment. This person could definitely be, maybe this is a like little card coming out for them that they are currently in the playfulest time within their life. They're finding more playful happiness, joy within their life, more contentment, more satisfaction. They're full of love and they need nothing. They could celebrate with anything. They appreciate anything. They have gratitude for everything. And when they're out of balance, they could be gloomy, they could sigh, and sometimes make excuses for things. But like, that's it. You know, they tend to enjoy life more, and they want to enjoy life more. They want to grow as well with you, and it's like they're looking at you. They're looking in your direction and like just thinking of like, they might not say that they look up to you or you give them inspiration, but within their head, I think you inspire them. They could also just be finding more like confidence within themselves and just like appreciating life more. Maybe they like to throw dance parties or celebrate a lot with you, or they like to, or what could bring them into balance if they're like out of balance is, you know, throwing a dance party or having a celebration, whether it be a big one or a small one. For the dragon's a spiritual card, so this person could definitely have been through a spiritual awakening. This is their spiritual side coming out, their third eye that has came out, and it's like the one who sees their true self and seeing one's true self. So that's basically like saying like yourself, you are able to see your true self, but it's also like you could see past people's facades. Now this person is aware of the signs. They could see through other people's facades. They're able to tell what's truly going on, and they could just like that know exactly what this person means based on what they say or how their body language is, or they could just read through people easily. I think this person also went through a ego ego death. that song Ego Death by Kanye, maybe that person listens to that song a lot. It just reminded me of that. Ego death, so like they had a big ego, or possibly in the past, or they, they covered up their insecurities with a big ego to like, pretend that they just like to pretend that they had confidence rather than, and it was masked by their ego, and their ego was a way of protecting themselves, but then they realized that, you have to have balance between ego and, being humbled, and understanding that there's a difference between insecurity and confidence, and ego is, you need to find a balance with it. You can't be overwhelmed by your ego or controlled by your ego. This person also can just have like a best friend within themselves. I think they've found love, a lot of self-love, to the point where they love themselves and they can love themselves so that they can love others. Maybe they found more love for others now, and they're loving others a lot more now and able to appreciate others, and possibly finding ways to be more positive and not be so critical of others, because a lot of that comes from insecurities within yourself. And they looked in the mirror and realized, also maybe whenever they look in the mirror, like, they're able to see their true selves. They're able to be like, see the self behind the self. They could, it's like a best friend just traveling the world with them. They're there from the beginning all the way to the very end. And they work together. They are best friends. It's like the dragon within the third eye. This person's third eye has opened. This even reminds me of the third eye, like crown chakra. I'm pretty sure that's what this card represents. Yeah, the third eye chakra. So that's above the crown, I believe. Burn the fire of our transformation and digestion. The sage believes health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to clearly see both the inner and outer dimensions. Maybe this person's very spiritual as well. Maybe they hear things, maybe they see things. Different things like that. So onto the colored cards. With love, like how I said, love, I definitely think this person has found more self-love so that they could start loving others. The color pink represents sweetness, represents love, represents self-love, represents, especially since it's a light pink, this could represent some calmness. Maybe this person became more relaxed after this exparable change. Once they were able to find peace within themselves and, creating that best friend internally. I think this person did a lot of growth. They were able to grow for the highest good, to become their highest version of themselves. They move towards their ultimate truth. Their life or their powerful change could have definitely been very painful, but it was all towards this person becoming their higher self, and they were able to grow and look back on those painful times and appreciate them for what it has brought to this person. Reflection. I think after this powerful change, or during this powerful change, this person did a lot of reflection. They looked within, especially internally. They looked within their conscious mind. Maybe they started trusting their gut more, understanding their gut and their thoughts, maybe reinforcing like a better thought process within themselves. Maybe they don't even think negatively anymore about themselves. Maybe they're more of like, they look in the mirror and they say positive things and they reinforce that thought process within themselves. And maybe they like also notice, they look at others when they are so negative in the mirror and like say negative things. They're like, what? how could you say that to yourself? You're supposed to love yourself. You're supposed to be best friends with these people, you know, this person within you. Like, I mean, like, it's just, it's, like, crazy, though, like, this is just a sidetrack, but the fact, like, when you're drinking, it's like that person comes out, you know, this is your subconscious mind coming out. You can never control what comes out when you're drunk, you know, it's like, that's the second person taking over, you know. Have you ever, like, just also, like, the next morning, the other person's like, oh, you said these, like, random things, or, like, this person, like, you know, you said all these, you did this, or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck, who is that? That wasn't me, you know, like, okay, anyways, reflection. Looking in the mirror, maybe you've learned your way of, meditating, or finding more love for yourself was reflection, like looking at your reflection and actually seeing through the mirror, seeing yourself. Maybe you look at yourself a lot. Maybe this person has found more love within themselves, to the point where they're confident, and now they could, you know, they say confident things about themselves, like, in a mature, respectful way. They don't, like, let their ego get in the way. It's not like an ego boost. It's more of like, yeah, I'm confident I could do that, you know? What the mirror reflects can act as a source of inspiration, encouraging you to move forward. You may not like what you see, giving the opportunity to make some important changes in your life. This card is a reminder that it's important to take time to reflect, partake in some deep self-inquiry, and what are the mirrors in your life trying to show you, and what you can learn from them. So basically, like, yeah, this person looked within a lot. They were able to look at their shadow selves, some of the things they didn't like about themselves, some of the things that they wanted to change. Know that sometimes things about yourself you can't change, and you should learn to love, you know, and love them either way. You know, obviously there's a difference between, like, appearance and something deep inside, like anxiety or insecurity. Like, you can change your insecurity, you can change your anxiety, but, you know, you can't change, you might feel insecure because of your appearance, but there's a difference between changing your appearance because of your insecurity rather than changing your insecurity because of your appearance. Sometimes you can't change what you look, you know, this is who you were born as, this is who you were made by God, you know, they made you this way. Why do you want to change that, you know, just because other people don't like the way you look? You know, like, you should love yourself either way. This is, you know, who you are, and love yourself. Growth. Maybe you could take better care of yourself, find ways to take care of, better treat yourself, and better, you know, like, find ways to make yourself feel better about yourself. Start taking care of yourself. Growth, you know, becoming their higher self. They became their higher self. Inspiration. Maybe they found more inspiration within themselves too. Like, they're inspiring themselves to go out and do more and achieve more. Maybe they always before used to be like that they can't do something, and they're like, oh, I'm not good enough to go do that. But now it's like, you know, you find internal inspiration, and you could tell yourself, that voice is now telling you to go out and do that. You could do it. Go do that. You know, you got this. And I definitely think that this person finds that very intriguing, and they like to see the confidence. They like to see, you know, that you're your own cheerleader. You don't need anyone else to be your cheerleader. This card, let's just read what this card says. It says, there's a voice of inspiration within me. Right now it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it gets. Soon it will be a flawless speech voiced by Jamal Earrings Jones through a megaphone with a lot of applause. Yeah, so, like, you know, you're cheering yourself on that you could do it. Maybe now you're a type of person that isn't, you know, they can confidently talk about whatever they need in front of a group of people. They just don't care anymore. Like, they don't care what other people think of them. They don't care how they act anymore. They'll do whatever and say whatever. It's like, that's just who they are now. They might have been very critical of themselves before, but now it's, now they know that they're human, and anything they say is just amazing anyways. Like, they don't even care if they're goofy. They don't care if they say something stupid. They're like, you know what? It was funny. Like, whatever. The Otter. So with the Otter, the fact that this Rest card comes before this Growth, I think maybe this person used to be a workaholic, or maybe they've worked a lot or done a lot of things that made them very tired, and just, didn't have enough time for their self-care or have time for themselves to do things that they enjoyed. And maybe they realized, start finding more rest for yourself, start finding more time to sleep and take care of yourself and relax and, do the things that you enjoy rather than work. And I think that's going to bring them more growth. It's like the stage of rest, finding more, not caring so deeply, caring so crazily about certain things. Life is too short to have so much anxiety and be stressed out about everything. Maybe this person's learning to find more rest and relaxation in order to find internal growth and see that life isn't as serious as you think it is. Life, you don't take life too seriously. Alright, so the win-win outcome forecast, this person could possibly be a Libra, or they could have a moon in Libra specifically, but the fact that we have a full moon rather than a new moon makes me believe that it's almost at an end of a cycle. Maybe this person came full circle within a cycle. They could be at the end of a cycle, and now it's going to transition back into a new moon. It's like up and down. I really like the way that this says this. It says this person could be getting in a new relationship right now, possibly the two of you. It could also be a message of this person could be ending a relationship right now, and it's like letting the person know a win-win outcome is forecasted. Whatever is going to occur, whatever is going to happen, it is for the best for you. It's going to be a win-win. It's going to be like you're going to win. You're going to win double, like it's not just, you're not going to lose at all within this. Whatever it's happening, you're winning. It also, I love the way that it says, this is a sign of partnership, balance. I think maybe currently you're in a win-win outcome where possibly you're with this person and it is a very equal, balanced relationship. It's like we have the Libra balance. Maybe this person is finding more balance within themselves as well. I think this person might have inspired them to do some inner reflection, find more balance within themselves on their own. Maybe they're doing some self-reflection as well, and they're looking within, finding more intuition, probably trusting their gut more, and maybe listening to their gut a little bit more as well. And it all starts off with the rest, finding more time to sleep and finding more time to relax. I also think that, let me just read the quote. I keep getting distracted. It says, it's important, this card suggests you're either about to start a new relationship or the important existing relationship is changing somehow, perhaps coming to an end or moving into a new level of commitment. I think you guys could possibly be together already, and this relationship is further developing in together, or you're just starting the relationship together and it's growing into something more. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. I love that so much. So freaking cute. That's great. I love that. Also, if the relationship is ending, if this person's in possibly another connection and this person's like, I'm not sure if I should go or not, know that it's the right time. It is ending for a reason, and it's doing it at the right time, so don't try and fight it. This card could also refer to a professional relationship. Maybe there's some sort of disconnect, or someone's having issues in their relationship within their professional practice. And, you know, maybe it's time to communicate or find more of a balance between your ego and someone else's needs. I think this person has, it's like, since it's in reverse, it's like this person has needs. They need to establish boundaries, and it's their boss or their professional relationship that they're having that is having the excessive amount of ego. Maybe this person needs to find balance with that person, talk it out, and talk on how you could find more balance of you exerting your boundaries and that person possibly letting go a bit of their ego. So that could play a part. What the hell? Also, so this could also just be finding love within this, through your eyes, like seeing the other person through the eyes of love. It can change your perspective, maybe having more compassion for the person and try to figure out and understand others as well. Maybe this person is finding more understanding for others. Maybe this person teaches them that or helps them with that. It also says it's a time to make firm decisions. Maybe this person was very indecisive, or didn't really make a lot of decisions, but now is growing into, you know, the emperor, the king, or the queen energy, and starting, oh my god, I cannot speak, learning and starting to become more assertive, more authoritative, you know, demanding respect, but respectfully, maturely, asserting themselves. It also says it's a time to focus on yourself for a while, look at yourself, but avoid vanity. Maybe they're finding more self-confidence, more love for themselves, no matter what they look like. They are starting to focus on themselves more, maybe starting to work out, spending more time with themselves. Maybe this relationship has been to where you guys were very clinging on each other, and now you guys are learning what a healthy relationship is. You've been through a couple hardships together, talked it out, and figured out, you know, we both possibly need a little bit more space for each other, for ourselves, but you guys are still together and still, you know, having an equal give balance relationship. And it could all possibly be time for a makeover for this otter. Maybe this person's going to change their look, change how they feel, possibly change their haircut, change the way they put their makeup on, where they change their outfits, having more fun in their life. I think this person's also finding a lot more passion within their life, finding more fiery passion, more fiery love. Maybe that could also possibly be through their sex life. Maybe they're being a little bit more frisky, risky. I think they found inspiration from this person, possibly through, you know, intuition and idealization. Maybe this person has a lot of powerful projects, or being more goal-oriented, or chasing after a lot, and this person, you know, maybe at first didn't really want a lot, didn't really care to have a lot, but now they see your drive, your passion, your chase for success and greatness, and this person wants a piece of that. You know, they want a little, like, they want to find more passion, more practice, more projects, more ideas, more hobbies internally, and finding more gut intuition, trusting their gut, you know, finding that deep person within them and starting to love them as well. So great energies, we love them. If that helps you decide who these two people are, that's great. I hope so. Let's look at some messages that can be pulled out for these two. Let's possibly shuffle these. I put way too many cards over here. Oh, no. We just got new moon. That's funny. But I'm not going to pull it out. This is incredibly hard to do. Okay. So also purple represents wealth, purple represents royalty, purple represents intuition, third eye, maybe this, you know, the third eye chakra is being like spread over onto this person. This person's like someone this person may look up to. Like they look up to and they see, it's like maybe this person has a little bit more like authority, but not really like authority, like it's more of like, you know, it's, you know, they do it, it's not like they control the person, it's more of like they what is it called, they inspire, they motivate, they it's all for the right reasons, you know, they want to help grow this person as well. I think you guys both grow together, you guys help each other grow. Why is this doing it in chunks? Stop doing it in chunks. Okay, hopefully that's good. Alright. Why does my hair keep falling out all over the place? Let's pull out like 3 cards. It says, you look great. Maybe this person's finding more love for themselves, like the way they look in appearance. Maybe they recently just got a haircut, or they got doing a haircut, or it says everyone loves you and is here to support, just ask for help. Maybe this person's dealing with internal things as well, and they're getting a lot of support and love from others, possibly from this person, and they're like, hey, like, I know things can get difficult sometimes, especially mentally, like, I want you to know, I want you to have a great mental health, and I want to help you mentally. It doesn't have to just be physically. I want to help either way. Just talk to me, and, you know, I'm here to support you and love you either way. And maybe their family, their friends are also doing the same. Also, this doesn't have to be, I don't know why I'm shuffling these again, but I'm in the process of doing it, so might as well. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more for the otter. Just because we have like 3 cards everywhere, I think it's proper. I think it's meant to be. Okay, we got, I can't wait to be on my own. Maybe this person's looking to move out, or they want to be like, share a house or share an apartment or find an apartment. They're excited to be, you know, an adult and start to make more decisions on their own. It's interesting that I saw the card on the bottom and the fact that it came out. One. Okay, we got don't care what others think. Maybe this person's starting to fall back on thinking or caring about what others think and caring about what others say or whatever. I think you should just know that if people are criticizing you in any way, it's because they're jealous of your beauty, they're jealous of your growth, they're jealous of how nice you are. And don't let them get to you, and be honest with yourself. Maybe start talking to yourself more, start being more honest. Maybe you're creating a facade for yourself, my beautiful dragon. Maybe you need to start you know, seeing past that facade or whatever wall you're putting up. Maybe you need to start talking to yourself more and being honest with yourself and tell yourself what it is that you love and want to go for. Maybe there's something that isn't aligned in your life that you need to look at and think about. Don't care what other people think, you know. Who cares what they think? You know who you are. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're funny. And if someone thinks otherwise, fuck them. Who cares what they think, you know? Okay, let's pull out your tarot card readings. We're going to discuss what this relationship will be like. I didn't really talk much about this card, but the otter has the ultimate internal potential of, you know, finding self-love and growing. They have so much potential internally. They just need to, you know, open that door and embrace it, their shadow selves, whatever they don't like about themselves, and, you know, learn to love it and learn to, like, work with it and find ways of, you know, joining the two. And it's good. Maybe this dragon helps them learn to love themselves more, learn to appreciate their dark and light aspects, you know. Alright, let's look into your tarot. Shuffle these bad boys. So I'll shuffle these on camera. I love these cards because they fit perfectly in my hands. Very easy to shuffle. See? Look how beautiful that was. So satisfying. Let's do it again. That wasn't as good, but, you know, it's okay. Sometimes it happens. Alright, let's look at the present connection of this relationship. I should have done that in the last one. The top will be present connection of this relationship. The bottom will be the future of this connection. And whatever's more on this side will represent the otter. Whatever's more on this side will represent the dragon. Okay. So let's first do the first row and do the... What is the present? Oh no, not the present. Well, yeah, we can look at the present connection. What is the present connection of this relationship? Present connection of this relationship. 2, 3. We got 10 of Wands. Maybe the otter is carrying a lot of burdens that they need to resolve. But, like, they never complain about it, or they've achieved a lot and they're still, you know, achieving a lot. Oh, we got 2 cards that came out. We have the 4 of Cups and we have the Star in reverse. Interesting that the Star is in reverse. It's like an uphill battle. 4 of Cups. Star. Oh, the Fool in reverse. Maybe this person's being, the dragon's being a little risky. A little risky. Interesting. So this is the present of this connection. Now let's look at the future of this connection. What is the future of this connection? Okay, we got 3 of Wands. Some sort of plan. 2. We got 7 of Cups in reverse. Future of this connection. Future of this connection. Got the World in reverse. We have a lot of cards in reverse. Last card for the future of this connection. 3. Okay, we got Queen of Wands. Alright, so we have, let's talk about these signs. We have Fire, Fool. What does the Fool represent? I think that might be a planet, another planet that it represents. Give me one moment. Let's look. See what the Fool represents. Fool represents Uranus. Uranus. Of course it does. Okay. So it's funny how we have the O like for 0 and we have the spirit circle. So with the Fool in reverse, well, actually, let's talk about the signs here first. We have fire, a lot of fire over here. Maybe this person's learning to find more fire within their sign. Maybe they're trying to find more passion, more excitement in life, more joy. We also have fire here as well. Maybe this person's also trying to ignite a fire within this connection, more fiery passion in this relationship. We have cups, or just more finding more fire within their life as well. We have cups, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We have wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Cups can also represent love. We have 2 cups here. The star represents Aquarius, and then the world represents, I think it's another planet, or it could be a sign. Let's see. It represents Saturn, the planet Saturn. Okay. So, with the 10 of Wands, maybe this person is becoming very, or was very, this is present. Let's talk about the present day of what this connection is. So maybe this otter is feeling that this connection might be a burden, just because it could be that they don't have enough time for it, so it's just another thing to add to their schedule. They might be running around like a chicken. There's a lot of things to do. I don't think they see you as a burden. I don't think they want to, like, say or feel that, but maybe they feel that there's so much on their plate that it's like they can't even spend the time and enjoy the time they spend with you because there's so much on their plate. Maybe this connection isn't in together because of that. Maybe they're very busy, or you two are very busy with your schedule, so you don't really have a lot of time to see each other. That could just be whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not in a relationship. I don't know why my hair is literally everywhere. Maybe your hair is falling out, or you're stressing out about your hair falling out, or maybe you're stressing out a lot that your hair is falling out. My hair is everywhere. Oh my god, literally everywhere. What the hell is going on? Also, maybe they put on recently an extra responsibility, or maybe you guys put on an extra responsibility in a relationship as well. Maybe you guys just recently got into a relationship, and now maybe you two are stressing out because it's a lot to deal with. It's like you guys now have to work as partners rather than one alone, finding more time together. So, or it could also just be that burden that they felt before has been accomplished. They've worked very hard to, figure this out, this whatever problem, maybe that was a recent problem that you guys had that had to be resolved, and I feel like this person worked very hard in order to gain that. Maybe this person works a lot, like has 2 jobs or things like that. Not saying that this person doesn't, this person also works hard, but maybe this person worked hard to accommodate the time that this person wanted to spend with them. Maybe this person wanted to spend more time with this person, but they couldn't because they had a lot of work, but they worked hard to put the time and effort into you because they want this connection to the work. They want it to work. They want to, I think they wanted to succeed, and they wanted to do that. With the 4 of Cups, maybe the way that they were able to work so hard on this connection was that they looked within. Maybe they sat with themselves, meditated. Maybe they did some self-reflection, or they did it on their own. They were able to figure out how to balance their work and life with you. They kind of just did it all on their own. They retreated. Maybe the way that they were able to do that was creating more space between the two of you. Maybe they needed to balance that out, that they needed more space on their own. They needed to find more space for themselves in order to balance everything that they need in their life. And I think this person respectfully was okay with that. They're like, I completely understand, and that is fine. With the star, so the star in reverse is I think what this person might be dealing with is maybe they were, this was a difficult period, or they were struggling a bit, to be okay with that this person needed a little bit more space, and maybe they, struggled internally, maybe they thought internally and had insecurities about like, oh, like, does this person not think I'm good enough, or why don't they want to spend time with me, like, why do they need space? I don't understand, because maybe you're the type of person that could just like, you're kind of like on top of them and you're okay with being on and putting your needs aside, but this person I feel like is more grounded and more balanced and stable, that they knew like they needed more space because it's not healthy to be on top of your partner and share the same life. You need to know you need your separate lives. And I think this person taught that person, what a healthy relationship is, and you need space. And I think that's something that the dragon had to realize and fully developed. And maybe during that time of self-reflection, while they were trying to learn, maybe they were not really sure of what this connection was going to bring, whether you guys maybe are together or not together. Maybe this person was being risky, not being a little like risky, saying risky things or doing risky things, like trying to see if they could kind of like see how far they could push this otter, and see what this person, maybe it was a way of them trying to see if trying to establish the boundaries for this otter. Yeah, and I also think in a way it was also like maybe while this was happening, the troubles within this connection, your spirit guides or your guidance or whoever's your angels were watching over you, and they're trying to test your faith with this person. Like, I think they created this person, this soulmate, or they knew you guys were a perfect match, and they put you guys together and then created hardships and see if you were to last to them. If you had faith in the universe to stay with this person through the hardships, to see if your faith was really there, to trust your divine guidance, and maybe you were being a little risky with it. I think this person, the dragon, definitely stayed with this person and definitely stayed faithful and loyal to this person. Maybe they were just seeing how far they could push it and see how far they could take it, I guess. Maybe they were like being a little flirty, or not flirty, but like just texting other people, but like didn't push it to the level of like, being dishonest or disloyal, or they stayed respectful, and they trust the guidance. They knew and that was because they knew deep down that this connection was meant to be, and this person is meant to be for them. They didn't let it get any further than that. It was kind of just like they wanted to be a little risky, and like it brought some entertainment into their life, but they know at the end of the day that this person was meant for them, that they love this person till the end of the day, and like this person will always be for them. I think also maybe that brought a little bit of, they're trying to see if you can trust yourself as well. Like, can you trust yourself to be loyal to this person? Can you trust yourself to, no matter how, like, what situation you're put in, can you make sure that you stick by your decision by being with this person? It was like you were being tested by every possible aspect. They were trying to see if you would, give in and be reckless and take the risk and, make stupid decisions or act like the fool. And I feel like this person didn't. They stuck by them. Maybe they were dragged in a little bit, but then they realized, they put themselves back and they were like, nope, I'm going to stick with my gut and keep my foot down. Maybe somebody specifically was thrown into the boil, or thrown in that you may have found attractive or attractive before, and maybe they were trying to find ways to get involved in this relationship or separate this relationship, but this dragon didn't let that happen. They were like, nope, no one can pierce this relationship. This person is meant for me. Could also be maybe this person's holding back some things. Maybe they need to share something specifically. You could have faced a some sort of like hardship in this relationship, hardship in this connection. Holding back. What did it say about holding back? Give me one moment. Oh, like maybe there is some sort of idea or proposal or project that this person wanted to achieve, but they didn't feel like they were good enough. Maybe this person, the reason why this person like sought out a little bit to others because of this difficult time, they didn't think that they, were good enough to stay loyal, that they were good enough to be with this person. And then they realized, actually you are, and this is who you deserve. Maybe it was like more of like a self-sabotaging thing within them that they didn't even realize. But now they know, like, they know now, they learned and they were like, nope, actually I was completely wrong. I can't even believe I thought that in the first place. Also, like I said, I think maybe this person's bringing a little bit more risky aspects into their life. They're trying to have a little bit more fun in their life because maybe this relationship has got boring. Maybe that's something that you guys can help work each other out and finding more fun, playfulness aspects to your life, going out and doing more things, fun activities. Not, changing it up. Life is all about change, and it might be good to bring change into this connection, do some fun things together. It also said, maybe some advice for this dragon is, look at the bigger picture and consider how keeping the free spirit of the fool, how you could keep the free spirit of the fool without harming others. I think that's a great piece of advice that the dragon has possibly learned recently. And finding more playful, fun energy in your life. Maybe like, being a goof off, but be aware of what you're saying and what you're doing, and, thinking before you do those things. But also, having more fun, finding a balance between that. Maybe bringing the, dancing in your bedroom. Maybe you've been recently dancing in your bedroom and dancing like nobody's watching. Maybe to, bring that spice out into the real world around others and your friends. Okay, now to the future of this connection. We have the Three of Wands. So progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. Seven of Cups in reverse. There's realignment, personal values overwhelmed by choice. Hold on. I might have not got that down correctly. Seven of Cups. So alignment, personal values overwhelmed by choices. The World, seeking personal closure, shortcuts, delays, and Queen of Pentacles, courageous, confidence, independence, social butterfly, determination. I think you guys have a great determination to make this work. I think you guys are very dedicated to making this work. You guys are very communicative, very loving, very, finding ways to just work things out. You respect each other, you want to respect each other, set boundaries and listen to each other, and, never cross the line. With the Three Wands specifically, this is progress, expansion, foresight. You guys see the future together. Maybe you guys are planning the future together. You're working hard to have a future together. There's maybe, I just thought of, because of the amount of yellow in this, yellow is like a sign of a bright color, and the fact that it's so like bright or like dark makes me think of a warning sign. So maybe there's something that you need to plan for, or something ahead that will be an obstacle that you might need a plan for. Could possibly be maybe overseas opportunities. Maybe one of you guys get an opportunity of doing work outside and have to do long distance or something like that. Maybe that is something in your future, but also could just represent, like, the yellow could represent warmth and, like the warmth, the sun, joy, contentment, happiness, like within your future, of this connection. Also, overseas opportunities. Maybe this person brings this person to start looking at, having a future together in other locations. Maybe you guys want to move together somewhere in the future. Maybe you guys end up taking a lot of traveling vacations together, trying to explore the world together, doing things like that, having an opportunity to go overseas. With the Seven of Cups reversed, alignment, maybe this person, you guys find more alignment within yourselves together, and maybe it gets a little bit overwhelming because there's so many different choices you guys can do together for your future. Maybe this is kind of like you guys, maybe one of you guys is currently in school or has recently quit a job or something, and it was the end of that cycle, the end of school. Maybe the person graduated and or maybe someone quit their job and now they're overwhelmed, or this connection is overwhelmed on the amount of choices you have for the future. And the person, maybe whoever's very overwhelmed, is I'm not really sure which direction to take. Do I move? Do I do this job? Do I do this? And it's you guys might be a little, worried about which opportunity to take. So also with the World, I think this person, the dragon, is still possibly holding on to past things, or maybe this connection overall is holding on to past things that may need to be resolved or communicated or worked out. Maybe this person is still hung up on a past relationship before this person, or maybe this person is hung up on just things that has happened in their past. But I think they're growing and they're changing and they're taking it day by day, but maybe sometimes things will come out of nowhere and reopen the scab or the wound, and it's just a tiny bit still more healing that needs to be done within that. Maybe recently the wound has been reopened and they didn't even realize that it would be that painful again, and they were just how, but then they realized quickly, their subconscious, their higher self was wait a second, we're not this past person that we used to be, we're this new person now. Why are we still crying about this? Why are we still hurt about this? We've found what we wanted. There's a reason to why we are here, the position that we're in. There's a reason to why all those people have left and they're not in our lives anymore, and so they could be together. You guys are seeking personal closure within yourselves of your past and who you were in the past. But maybe you guys, instead of, maybe one person, the otter, feeling more specifically, is finding a shortcut to get it over with quickly, rather than realizing that this takes a while to resolve. I think the dragon realizes how long it takes, and I think maybe they're a little bit more, they take it a little bit too long to resolve these issues, and I think maybe they hold on to things a lot more. But I think the otter kind of goes over them too quickly, that they don't fully resolve their trauma from the past. And maybe that's something you guys need to work on, possibly talk a little bit more about, because it does bring delays, and brings delays of the future growth you could possibly have. It might be something that you need to work on. Also, the fact that the Four of Cups in the World is here, it didn't really specify in the book that they were both had to be in reverse. It said the Four of Cups and the World may represent, if it was upright, may represent somebody is disconnected from the world and kind of like they're not interested in the world anymore. They're not interested in like anything more than what their current world is now, and that could possibly be the otter. And maybe that's something that also needs to be resolved and realized. You know, the dragon might tell them, like, there's a lot more out there that you may like, and life is too short to just be in this small little world that you're in. You know, you're gonna have to expand your horizon at some point. So that could be definitely something. And also the Queen of Wands, I think you guys are you guys are determined. This is like I think you guys are both have a lot of nurturing energy. I think you guys nurture each other back to health. Also with the Queen of Wands, like courageous, confidence, independence, social butterfly, determined. I think you guys are very determined to make this work. And maybe this dragon is a little bit more of a social butterfly than this person is, but you guys help find balance. This person's introverted, this person's extroverted, and maybe you guys help find balance between that. And you do some days inside, some days outside to help balance each other out. Whether this person wanted to do it or not, or whether this person wants to do it or not, you guys stick your foot down and you're like, nope, we have to do this today. We are doing what I want. Tomorrow we do what you want. The Queen of Wands, also independence. Maybe you guys are finding more independence, not being so reliant on other people, being more true to yourself and true to what you want, making decisions, being more assertive, courageous, finding more courage, going out there and being like the wild lion and, you know, sticking up for yourself, saying things that others may judge you for no matter what, doing things that others may judge you for because you don't really care. Like, you're being more courageous. Having more confidence in yourself, more self-love, not caring what other people think, loving yourself either way. Having more respect for yourself and just confidence, like being able to do and say what you want without worrying so much about it. Or being so critical. Okay, let's put some cards out and then pull some charms. And then we'll be done with your reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed so far. I hope this has helped. I wish I could talk a little bit more of like what the love will be like in the connection. I need more cards in order to do that. I think you guys are very good friends. Maybe you're true friends currently. It also says drink water. Maybe you haven't been drinking enough water. True friends. Maybe you both need to drink some more water. Maybe you've been very thirsty. Maybe there's been a lot of stuff. Okay, true friends. Maybe you guys have been very close to each other. Maybe you guys are very supportive, very maybe you guys are in a relationship, but you guys are like close friends to one another. Either like it's like you're a friend, but more than friends, I guess. Could just be in a friend zone right now as well. It says take a step back and look at the bigger picture. That was also written somewhere. What did it say? I think it was this one. It said take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Where did I see that? Oh crap, I can't remember. Look at the bigger picture, like, you know, I think it was maybe the look. Dang, bro, what was it? That reminds me of the Libra card, the moon card, Moonology card, Libra. It says look at the bigger picture. Or no, it might have been Sagittarius, actually. But, like, you know, take a step back, look at, like, whatever you're worrying about won't matter in the future. It could also just be, like, maybe you're being oblivious to something. You're not looking at something that is right in front of you that you're ignoring. Center of attention. Maybe this person, the dragon, has gotten a little bit too egotistical and they need to balance out their ego a bit. Maybe they've been wanting to be the center of attention a lot and kind of just like talking a lot about themselves, but now they need to realize, like, you know, You already know how amazing you are. You don't need to convince other people. And convincing other people is just based on insecurity. People already know how amazing you are. You know, you don't have to say it. Like, it only shows that you don't feel that you're confident enough. And that's why you want to be the center of attention all the time, because you get validation and satisfaction from being the center of attention. So maybe that's something you need to work on and look within and ask yourself why. Okay. Alright, let's pull these charms. The charms. Don't wiesen, Hauser. Why is he wiesen? Yeah. Oh, we got an A. A just came out. A could be important. Maybe that was somebody who came in and tried to test your relationship. Maybe this person was trying to test that connection. We got another A. I see Taurus. Maybe someone has a placement in Taurus. I kind of feel that for the otter. Like grounding energy. Peace. Maybe someone needs to find peace. The fact that it's over the 7 of... Oh, wait, I didn't pull any words. Hold on, give me 1 second. Shake these words up. Ooh, I pulled out a lot. Okay, we got 4. Let's talk about the numbers. 4 score on 7 years ago. I keep getting distracted. I think I might have ADHD. We got bearable. Let's just open up these first, and then we'll talk about the numbers. Beneath. Maybe the A person, whoever the A is, maybe they feel like they're beneath you. Deals. Evidence. Black cat. Maybe one of you have a black cat. That's very significant. Oh, been blocked. Oh, maybe someone has been blocked. We also have a black cat here, so Braille, maybe someone's being blind. Maybe they're blinded. Could be the Taurus, since we have the bull here. Maybe the otter is being blinded by something. Definitely. Gotta flatten these things out. Flatten. Alright. Shit, I don't remember where that went. Engrave. I thought of writing like 2 names, like A plus A equals heart or something, in like a tree. Density. Crap, I just thought of. Or, see. Encapsulate. Breathtaking. Maybe you guys have a breathtaking, maybe you're trying to encapsulate a breathtaking future. Dirt. Maybe you guys go to some place that's like filled with dirt, like a trip somewhere. Well, there's blueberry. I just thought of blueberry pancakes. MA. AM. Maybe making blueberry pancakes in the morning together. Princess. Maybe they call you princess a lot. They put you in a pedestal, or they put you a crown on your head. Deals. Maybe the otter's making deals with themselves. I see a bee. Maybe somebody with a bee has called you recently, or is gonna call you and try to make a deal with you about something. I see a death, two death things. Maybe the Taurus will go through a death, ego death, or just a death in general, transformation. Since we have the butterfly too, makes me think of transformation. So maybe this person will go through a transformation. There's evidence here. And then a key unlocking the door. Maybe there's something hidden, some hidden evidence that's going to be resurfaced. Could be from this person B calling you on the phone. Could also be something else. Sorry, my heart started racing. Alright. Could also just be that maybe the B person calls you and talks to you about they're alright. Or wants to talk to you about how you're doing or something. Bearable, maybe you're just talking to this A person, or speaking to this A person because they're bearable. But you're being dry, or it's barely, or you're just trying to make it bearable to be around that person. We got K. K is taking a step back and looking at the future, maybe something with that. We also have P, beneath P. Maybe there's somebody with a P name that feels like they're beneath the A name. Peter feels like they're below Anthony or something. Definitely B. Density, death. Maybe the B person goes through some death as well, some transformation. Crap. Peace. Maybe they need to find peace. Wait, let's look at the 6. 6 represents... communication, cooperation, harmony. So maybe you guys have a lot of communication. Maybe you guys need to talk about the crap. Talk about whatever crap you're dealing with. I see, on, one. Maybe there's one specific thing in general that you need to talk about. Finding peace together. There's another cat. Maybe there's an opportunity of getting a cat together. Engrave. Maybe a cat passes away and something with a grave. Could also maybe you get something of an engraving of the cat, or an engraving of somebody's name, possibly the Taurus, whoever the Taurus's name. We got a death, a skeleton dancing. Maybe skeleton is in the closet. There's an opportunity for transformation. Also reminds me of Halloween or Cinco de Mayo. Maybe there will be some opportunity that comes that day. Maybe you guys start writing love letters together, sending cute messages to each other with this dove and the letter. Transformation, MA. Maybe somebody's name is Matt or Matt. Or Matt. That's all I can think about right now. AM. Aim. Maybe they're aiming for a goal. 4 also represents structure, stability, manifestation. Maybe you guys are manifesting, this great opportunity, this dedicated, breathtaking future you guys can have. Dirt. Maybe just thinks of, maybe you guys go hiking or traveling together in a dirt location or something. E. I just thought of Yoni. Reminds me of the monster they find in the forests in the Supernatural show. I don't know why. One and only, I thought. Been there, done that, I thought of, possibly with the B name. Maybe you have to block someone. Still thinking of black cat. Maybe your cat is also feeling alright. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, I think I talked about everything. Alright, we also have a D here as well. D, I just thought of like names that start with D, or during, do, could just be a name. Alright, thank you so much for staying to the very end, my pile threes. I hope you found some messages that resonate with you. If anything that resonated, please leave a comment down below, and let me know how I did. Maybe leave like a little otter or dragon emoji. Would love that. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!